Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Total War Warhammer 3, where we are playing as Miao Ying. We are currently playing as the northern provinces. We have now taken full control of the Grand Bastion, so we are responsible for all three of the gates into Cathay. We have gotten to the stage where the rifts have started to pop up all over the place, which we will need to do some work on trying to close. But most importantly, the Chaos Realms have opened up, and we are currently over here as in the realm of Slaanesh. Now, I do believe that we're right at the end of this turn. We're going to let the turn play over. Last time we played this, we crashed whenever we tried this battle. As far as I'm aware, there have been no updates, so that may still be the case, but I want to try it just one more time, and if it still fails this time around, we will just auto-resolve that battle. Is there still a 50-turn embargo? There is, yes. But if I remember correctly, one of the things that's happening on Thursday's embargo is the turn limits being lifted to 70. Plus, there are a couple of new factions available, so that needs to be considered. Alright, let's do this. I'm jealous as always when somebody is playing Warhammer 3 and it's not me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Huzzah! Your jealousy is a small price to pay for me to enjoy this game. Sorry. Whitey is here. Thank you very much for the 26-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 75 terms on Thursday. Okay. Plus Nurgle and Slaanesh or Zinch? One of those. I forget which.
A storm of magic rages across the sky. Your sorcerers and those of the enemy will have access to unlimited power.
Right, so this is the battle that we're going to try and do again. We're just going to move our army over here so I can see at a glance who has not been deployed. And we're going to set up over on this corner just like we did previously, because it seems to be a pretty good setup for us. Actually, let's bring you there. I'm actually a little tempted to leave these guys behind so we have them available later in the war. Because we're going to be down here for a while, and I don't know if we're necessarily going to be in a position to resupply. So the balloon can be right on the edge. These are cannon, they're not rocket launchers, I must remember that. So they want to be right on the edge up here. In fact, if we leave these guys back here to protect the artillery if it gets attacked by the flyers, because we do know that they have a number of flyers. And we'll put the Iron Hail gunners, no, the crane gunners, these aren't the Iron Hails, up here. Just in front of the artillery. Then we'll put the Iron Hail just in front of you. A little bit closer to the front. And we'll put the crossbows in here. Cavalry can be back here, because I don't think we'll need them very much. Although you never know. Miao Ying. Come in here. Then the wizard, Vasco, can come over here. And that is everything. Begin. Pause. Because what I need to do is spread these guys out a little bit better so that they're actually covering this entry. Like so. And I need to give the artillery a couple of orders. Once I've told you lot to do that. Right, artillery. Hold your fire until I tell you otherwise.
The tempest of magic roiling above grants access to spells of cataclysmic power. Use them to wreak destruction on your enemy.
All is possible! Wind and fire!
Minds as one!
You may fire when ready.
Iron Hail Gunners!
That was some good shooting. That was some very good shooting, actually. More than half of their health. Ouchies.
Stone and steel.
Meanwhile, the Hellstriders of Slaanesh are coming in and getting absolutely demolished by the crossbows.
Order and the balance.
Artillery starting to fire at them. It's really useful that we can see exactly where these guys are, so we can target our ranged units appropriately. Oh wait, no, don't shoot those. Those are my Jade Warriors. Shoot the Demonettes. Is one of these the Exalted? Yeah, that one's the Exalted. Shoot them. Right, they've got some stuff coming in. Now, what do we have? We have your bombardment spell. We have you. Let's drop a slow on them.
Raise the dragon.
Warp stone and steel.
Wind and fire! March in order the ranks!
Alright, so how are we doing here? Artillery, let's have you shoot the Hellstriders. You go for the Exalted Demonettes, you go for them. And you two just shoot whatever the heck you feel like shooting. You can come in a bit closer and actually join the fight, seeing as, you know, fighter. Let's drop a heal right there.
Cross the bone lane! Guided by ancestors!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Shoot those marauders, please.
Sinyang's faithful. Celestial fury.
Seeking Cathay's foes! Sound the retreat! Defend the realm! Never conquered!
Alright, so one of my Jade Warriors has
Stone and
broken.
steel.
I feel like I'm taking a lot more casualties in the center this time around.
The storm wind
I totally forgot to buff you. I should have done.
Guide me.
Fire at that.
Times as
Fire at that. Jade Warriors, hold your fire. Don't want them dead.
wind and fire!
That's their lord dead. Now these should be just crumbling. Pretty much.
Crane gunners.
Raise the dragons! Lords in harmony!
Crane gunners. Iron hail gunners. The storm dragon.
You go and attack that.
Caravan.
Drop another heal. On top of that. While you go and kill the spawn of Slaanesh on his 5 hit points. Glorious. That will do. The crash might well be fixed. Alright, so these guys didn't take as much damage as I thought. It was mostly hit point damage, not model damage. Which is a very important distinction. We lost 200, they lost 700. We still have over 1,000 remaining. So it was my rocket launcher, Skyjunk, of course, doing amazingly. The Celestial Crossbows did really good. And actually the Thunderers... Sorry, the Iron Hails. Thunderers of Cathay! Now I feel like it did crash once at this stage. I think the first time was during the battle. Oh no, the second one was I think right at the end of the fight. Just before this screen came up. I think. Fingers crossed. Okay, we seem to be fine. So my swords survived. And then 1 unit of Marauder, but that's okay. And I'm definitely taking the replenishment down here. 100%.
They have no other way.
Oh, their army didn't die. Miao Ying, however, did level up, so that's good. Meanwhile, the Celestial Loyalists going after the Skaven, I think. So it looks like just restarting the game fixed whatever the issue was. I had not previously tried turning it off and on again. Wait, Warhammer 3 has rocket launchers? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Not just that, it's got airships with rocket launchers on them. Because Cathay is just ridiculous. And they're coming for the snake gates. Is this still part of the invasion? It might be. That's a lot of marauders. I started a second army though, didn't I? I think I did. That's a lot of Finnish drinking in your underwear. Sorry, staying at home drinking in your underwear. Cool corruption, that guy just came out of one of the rifts. That's not good. Korgarath, thank you very much for the follow, welcome to the channel. This is a lot of very annoying heroes coming out of this. You can use heroes to close some of the gates. Yeah, I feel like we're going to need to. I thought it was only generals that could grow, or armies that could close gates. Is it heroes as well? Caravan encounter. Hungry, hungry ogres. So I could get some diplomatic relations with the Sons of the Mountain, but they don't like us. Or we could just fight them for some more experience. Water snake breeder. The deadly water snakes are bred for their size, speed, and poisonous venom that can fell a giant in an instant. Valkyrie's supple slasher has been killed. Rock skulls have been destroyed. Harmonic discipline. Harmony +1, hero action -25. Oh, that's the technology. I didn't read it. I want to read that, but I can't. Oh, and we are now Yin focused.
Has been observed nearby, my lord. They march with their whole civilization in tow. Drive them away if they attempt to scour your lands.
Yes, thank you for that. Interesting. We are now +3 yin. Huh. That's a pretty big swing. Well, I guess we go for Yang again then. More melee attack when attacking. Yes, I think that sounds good, because we do that a fair bit.
From Nan-Gau.
What turn is this? 37. Why did that battle not happen?
I have never been less tempted.
Where's the technology from? As the Moon Sister's silver light washes over us, Kuai Jin gives us her blessing. Darkness shall hone our blades and shadows shall form our armor. I think that's the one we just got, right? No. Harmonic discipline. Patience, planning, and practice. This is the way of the yin. Obey this creed always, and we shall move as the night wind, silent, graceful, and unimpeded by any obstacle.
Suffering is yours. This I swear. The great enemy.
So why didn't I get into that ogre fight?
I have never been less tempted.
I have no idea what just happened. Hopefully I can still end my turn at the end of this. I guess we just don't get the fight. Alright, let's go and do Miao Ying. So you are finishing off Devastating Charge, and then after that I think we can go and maybe work on some of your magic. Or we could do the Aura of Majesty, which is an enemy melee defense debuff. Which does sound good, but let's make you better at fighting first.
My celestial father.
In fact, you have leveled up again, so let's go and do that twice. Right, and then we have got Vasco coming in with a bunch more Searing Doom. Times 2. So rather like that spell. Then we have got Greystroke, who needs to find some new targets to murder, of which there should be many.
Galt, you are doomed.
Can you close gates?
I seek Warpstone.
Let's get rid of the Zinch corruption. Close the rift. Cost me 1,500 ducats to do. So yes, heroes can indeed close rifts.
Alchemist of the House of Secrets. They will suffer elemental wrath.
And then we may as well have you move along a little bit more. You're trying to get to that. You need to kill Nokia first.
Of the dragon.
The winds of magic howl.
You face a dragon of Cathay.
0 losses, that's what I like to see.
Must break their spirits.
Otherwise, continue. Otherwise, closer. I don't think so. Oh wait, that was one? Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, I guess we're going that way. Didn't realise there was one right there. Didn't see it because of the way the screen was. I think it was like that. Oh well. Then we also need to get our secondary army, which is you. We need you to continue recruiting.
Loyalty, efficiency, and harmony.
To bring in 2 guns. And another Jade warrior. Let's get one of the halberds.
I will not tolerate sloth.
And Snake Gate is fine. Dragon Gate could do with an upgrade, which it will get. Turtle Gate is fine. And the Dragon Gate is about to come under heavy attack. It has, however, got a very large garrison. So hopefully that'll be fine. And we can also upgrade Pomai's resources so we can export some more. Gunpowder Road, meanwhile, rather angry because of your raiding.
Child of the Nine.
Dwarves, led by Cathay and Lord. Oh, and Empire.
Suffering is yours. This I swear.
I mean, actually, I would get the Nan-Gau
Master
reinforcements.
of Feng Shi.
Let's move you in a bit closer so we can go and deal with this raider. You get out of here. I will be following you to make sure you leave.
And honor your ancestors.
Otherwise, I kill you. Greasus is already further ahead than I am. He's about to get even further ahead. the Lord of Pain, which is another Slaanesh. In fact, there are 2 Slaanesh lords up there. Maybe the Ogre Bandits declined the attack when it turned into a fight. Maybe? You want military access. Sons of the Mountain. Interesting. You're actually more friendly than I realised. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to make the... anyone who is neutral, fastest animation. Anyone who is allied, fast. I only want hostiles. No, in fact, I'm going to make them fast as well. Carry on. Better. Whoa, that's a lot of people! Alright, so... first battle is a go. What do they have that's dangerous? The trolls. We also have some warhounds, so we're going to want to try to keep the gates if we can. This is the first time we're fighting on one of the gates, though. I'm excited. I want to see how this goes. Any ideas what the best place, best price to buy the game is, so you also receive a pre-order bonus? For Outhouse, I'm afraid I don't know. It's, I must admit, not something I've been looking into. If anyone in chat has any suggestions, though, you are more than welcome to say, so long as they are legit sites. Don't want to hear any of the key resellers. I most certainly do not support that. Game Pass. That's true. Yes, you can get it on Game Pass. Man, Creative Assembly was so excited to tell us, like, it's going to be on Game Pass! It's going to be on Game Pass! This looks suspiciously similar to old school Warhammer. This, however, looks new. Okay, there is a lot of stuff going on here. Cool. That's not actually something you can go up. But it kind of looks like it should be. Alright.
The heavens await.
Let's just go and deploy everything back here so I can see exactly what I've got. We have no artillery, which is interesting.
Dragon Guard.
I think I'm going to put the Dragon Guard there.
Thoughts in harmony.
Peasant archers.
Peasant archers.
Peasant archers.
Jade crossbows.
And we have a couple of crossbows,
Thoughts.
which we'll put here in the center. Then we'll put the peasant spears here
Never conquered.
and here. Put a halberd here to hold the gate.
Praise the
We'll put a halberd here to hold the gate, and we'll put a halberd here to hold the gate. Now we have some Jade warriors, which I might actually deploy a little further back. We put towers here. How many points do we have? We have a lot, so let's put some tier 2 towers immediately deployed because they might actually be in range of shooting to the front. And let's do another 900 pointer there. And another 900 pointer here. Click on you. Hello. Like so. Then... You know what, I'm actually going to leave just a unit of swordsmen at each of these capture points. To make sure that we keep a hold of those. And we'll put the cavalry back here where they can react to any problems as and when they may arise. Rang Zhao can chill down here with those guys, because you are a harmony amplifier. And that should, I think, be everyone. They don't have any flyers, do they? No. Right, begin.
A celestial wind grants us might and protection.
And yes, these towers can in fact hit up there. Oh, hang on. Shoot the trolls. Shoot the trolls. Shoot the hunters. Shoot the hunters.
Archers, fight as one. Shenyan's faithful. Understood.
Warrior crossbows!
Peasant archers. Order and balance.
A minute until the reinforcements come in.
Jade crossbows!
Kind of wishing I'd kept my swordsmen up at the front now, because holding on to these towers against these initial waves would actually have been pretty valuable. They're already being forced back, that's good. Doesn't actually look like they're attacking the walls, like, at all. Here they are. And that gate looks like it's about to fall, but we still have the halberds behind the line to deal with them. Right, let's not have you guys waste.
Hold! Defenders of Cathay!
Warrior crossbows!
Archers!
Whoa, where are you going? Guys,
The dragons
the hell?
us!
Actually, you know what? If they're climbing up, then yeah, I'll back you off.
Move as wind!
Meanwhile, new bad guys.
Spears! Defenders of Cathay! Peasant spearmen!
Capture this. Bit annoying because they're the towers closest to the troll unit. Not entirely sure how they managed to capture that one.
Celestial faithful! Repositioning!
Alright, we're taking it back. Still haven't taken you back again. Shoot the trolls. Just shoot anything in this group.
A necessity.
Alright, we took the towers back again, so keep shooting the trolls.
Peasant archers!
Okay, so where are those guys think they're off to? Let's bring in the cavalry. Just finish them off.
Stone and steel! You're marching as one!
There's a small unit that's been caught over there, so let's bring in the
In harmony!
peasant cav to go and deal with that.
Harmonious wrath!
They will perish with infinite pride.
I don't know why my archers came down. I'm fairly sure I didn't tell them to dismount, but apparently they did.
Jade
Oh
warriors!
dear, you're being attacked in the back. That's not good.
Thoughts
Here
in
comes the
harmony!
cavalry.
Celestial fury!
There's Boss Man. Boss Man still chilling over there. Let's bring you over here. I don't think we're going to need you guys guarding that flank anymore.
By Shenyang.
And then all of you
Order and
fire
balance.
again. I should have turned that back on. My
Retreat.
bad.
Withdraw.
Jade crossbows.
Stone and steel! Cavalry! Archers! Substate my dragons! Move in formation!
Jade Lancers. The Emperor's will.
Wind and fire! With joy!
Dragon Guard. Whatever is required. March in ordered ranks.
Cavalry! Peasant spearmen!
Alright, you go and deal with those guys over there.
Of course.
No other people have managed to sneak in by the looks of things.
The Celestial Faithful. Sun Yang's faithful. Restore order.
Wind and fire. Our
Let's have the
ancestors
cavalry go and
breathe.
take them out.
Cavalry!
God's word.
For the moon draggers! Defenders of Cathay!
Right, well the battle's over, but we want to make sure that we get as many kills here as possible, I think.
Defenders of Cathay!
So as long as the towers remain garrisoned, they will continue to fire. I want as many of you shooting that guy as possible.
Wind and fire! Attack in unison!
Oh yeah, we had this, didn't we? Ha! How long does it take to cast? Don't know. This is still mostly friendly. Let's wait to see what happens here.
For the Emperor.
Horrible miss. That thing takes a long time to come down. And its explosion is a lot bigger than you would expect.
Stone and steel.
Very hard to aim, actually. Heroic victory. What difficulty is this? Normal battles, hard campaign. Sindrin. Games Workshop has announced it's going to release a new tabletop game about Space Marine to actually manage to reach retirement age. It shall be called Warhammer 401k. That's a very American joke, but I get it. Is this single player? Yes. Right now Game Pass doesn't have the first 2 games, so no combined map in the future is looking like. True, but for the time being that doesn't matter, because there is no combined game or combined map for all 3 games yet. Did those towers have rocket launchers in them? Yep. Okay, so we killed 2,000, we lost 153, so yes, these gates are pretty darn defensible. I'll take the replenishment, and then I basically lost nothing.
They have a use of sorts.
And the nice thing is, these gates are, like, as long as the garrisons survive, they're going to keep on getting experience. Right, this is another ogre attack. Now, I could give up some of my cargo to make the Sons of the Mountain like us more. And the Sons of the Mountain actually like us quite a lot, which is something I hadn't realised previously. And if it's just giving up a little bit of cargo, I'm okay doing that. Oracles of Zinch have entered the Blood God's domain. Snake Gate's under siege, Dragon Gate's under siege, Shangyang is under siege. Trespass warning for the Treaty of Asher has been ignored. Self-flagellation. Traits gained in the realm of chaos can be removed by garrisoning a province capital or settlements of buildings from the protection chain. So -5 control, -10 leadership from Miao Ying. The punishment must be harsh, and no one can chastise you more than yourself. Okay.
I see the great enemy.
Miao Ying, I'm gonna need you. Thing is, I kind of don't want to force march. You can. Because it tires the army out if we do get attacked. So normal move over here. Then hopefully we can get down. Yuan Shan Fu.
All you wish. You are doomed.
Most wise.
1 round I can declare war on them.
Dragon-blooded sugar though. I will not tolerate sloth. I expect loyalty, efficiency, and harmony.
Turtle Gate can level up. Turtle Gate's the one that just repulsed the invasion.
The dragons will end this siege!
You guys are all fine. And then Greystroke, you are over here to try to murderize this person. 66% chance of success. Go. And you are going to continue to level up in murdering, which will then make you into a specialist.
Outcast by dragons, trained in shadow. It requires further preparation.
Now, are there other heroes I could recruit? Oh, when did that happen? Should have gone somewhere else that can recruit heroes, right?
Remain steadfast for the
Where's this?
Emperor.
Go away. Skip thing. Gunpowder Road. Cannot. Okay, those 2 arrows going the opposite direction, even though they're pointing the same way, is kind of annoying. And I cannot currently build anything because I don't currently have any money.
Those feathers
Fair enough.
hide your weakness.
There's Mkari. Paresis is down to the 3rd ring. Narcissum is on the move. Zain is just staying up there in the north. Janhu. Oh, Skaven. I didn't fight the Skaven. I knew I was forgetting something. Shouldn't you leave the gate near the capital open? I don't know. Maybe? Meanwhile, this guy just walks through the door, which apparently we just left open. I know, heroes can pass gates. Wow, you guys are getting all kinds of events at the moment. The caravan was being tracked, followed. We could get some Jade Warrior crossbows with shields, or we could get some Jade Warriors with halberds. And considering this army already has a bunch of ranged units, I'm going to take the halberds, I think. Undercover bosses. Of late, 2 cats have become regular visitors to camp. The larger one, a golden-furred male, solemnly watches your soldiers train, while the other, a silvery female, is more affectionate, bringing comfort to the disaffected. Out, walking late, unable to sleep, you find both in your path, gazing up at you expectantly. So we can pet the female cat, and then we get cheaper yang units. Or we could feed the male, and get cheaper ying. And then the opposite, we get harmony. Throw them down a well. More leadership and fighting against the demons of chaos. However, we lose control in all of our territories, or we can ignore them. Well, currently we're +3 yin, so maybe we should get more yang. It does look like it does run out after a number of turns. What am I recruiting at the moment? Kind of need more frontliners, which are yang. So we're going to go with yang. Although this is going to make us overwhelmingly yin. Mission successful. Recruit 20 units. There we go. We've got the standard of Nan-Gau, which gives 20% more range. Ooh, I know who I want to give that to. Oh, that's... You still can't assign banners outside of battles, can you? However, what I can do is make sure that you have...
Great Bastion.
Standard of Nan-Gau. And in fact, you want a Silk Reaver and a Jade Lion Whisperer. So. Right, you.
Stand apart.
Want to go through the gate. Within this circle lies piles of gold and treasures beyond imagining. Great swathes of wealth are there for the taking. Back on the mortal plane, your treasury will bloat. Think of the armies you can muster, the edifices you'll be able to raise. All you need to do is accept the Dark Prince's gifts. So you gain 15,000 ducats. A scroll of power, glittering scales, feather-toed torque, lichbone pennant, the jade amulet. However, we will be forced to leave for some time. I did just remove the tea master. We're not in Cathay anymore. Tea is hard to get. Glittering scales isn't bad. I think the nicest thing... Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. No. No. We will move onwards. I have resisted. We'll go that way.
I decree it.
Alright, Yuan Shu Fu. We can now declare war on these guys.
All aid being spent to my will. I demand...
Such an action would surely lead to war. As glorious as that is, proceed only if you desire conflict, my lord.
I do. I do!
Dismantle them!
Yeah, I thought you might run. Unfortunately for you, you gave me 2 turns to build up my armies. And you won't be able to run far enough.
The enemy mass in considerable force, my lord. It may be wise to consider a retreat against such numbers.
I mean, I know we're up against hammerers and slayers and iron drakes, but we have crane guns, we have artillery, we have crossbows. They have one unit that's shielded. Just one. Can someone explain to me this pit thing, or is that still embargo? So you have to go to the 4 realms of chaos in order to kill a prince of chaos, and then use the souls from the 4 princes of chaos to open a rift to get to the Soul Forge, which is where Ursun, who is the god of Kislev, is being captured. And Cathay is trying to release him. Kislev's trying to release him. All the Chaos Lords are trying to kill him. So you have different reasons for wanting to do that. But that is the ultimate objective here. Okay, so that is a lot of dwarves. And this is a very serious choke point, which suits me really well.
Jade warriors, never conquered.
So let's put
Wind
you lot
and fire.
here, ready to take the choke point.
Jade crossbows!
Put the crossbows here, with you here, with you here, whoops, here.
Defenders of Cathay.
Crane gunners!
Warrior crossbows!
Never conquered.
And the cannon, that's not a great place for you. This is a great place for you. Sight you straight down the hill. Right, so what spells do you have? You're actually a pretty competent wizard. Missile mirror, but they have no missile units. That's not true, they have 1 unit ranges. Cloak of Jet is an invisibility thing, and then Storm of Shadows is a speed debuff. Okay. Well, regardless, what I want you to do is make haste down to there. I want the crossbows to make haste to there. I want the cranes to go here. I want you to go here. Go.
Minds as one.
And then the artillery can shoot the iron drakes. Where are they? All the hammers. Iron drakes. Sound effects on these things is ridiculous.
Cathay's foes are within sight.
Crane gunners! Defend the realm!
Warrior crossbow.
Crane gunners!
God damn.
Repositioning!
Crossbowmen!
Yeah, the rangers are out of range.
Minds as one!
Shoot is this. Okay, now you guys are shooting. Now you guys are too. Good. Nope, you still aren't.
Resent my dragons! Harmonious wrath!
Are you seriously trying to flank me right now? Dwarves undertaking a flanking mission. Alright, sure, okay.
They will perish!
Nope, maybe not.
Emperor!
This thing takes a really long time to cast, because then 7 seconds for it to actually arrive. That did nothing. Not the greatest of abilities, I must say. Alright, crossbows. Gonna need you to back up a little bit there, guys.
Jade crossbows! With infinite pride!
Defenders of Cathay!
Warrior crossbows!
I'm actually kind of astonished that these guys haven't broken and run. Oh, okay, now they're coming.
Ready to rule! The celestial faithful!
Seeking Cathay's foes! Descendant of dragons!
Well, it was very, very nice. Whoa, guys, what the hell are you doing?
Foes! Minds as one! Fight as one!
With pride!
March in order the ranks! Guide for information! For Cathay!
Minds as
It was nice of them to stand back and just let me shoot them for a while, I must say.
dragons!
Very much appreciate that. Need to slow any of these guys down, I don't think. You have a distinct lack of useful spells.
Defenders of Cathay!
Xinyan's faithful!
Never conquered! Wind and fire!
Let's see if we can take out their general. Because it looks like my front line is, maybe with the exception of these guys, are doing alright.
Fire in the blood!
Definitely being hit by something.
This way!
Their general's dead.
Train gunners!
See if we can do some damage to these guys and then roll up the flank.
Train gunners! For Cathay!
Because my front line is definitely taking a bit of a beating. Oh, they did not decide to retreat. I would much prefer if you
Order
know,
and harmony!
bugged off.
Raise the dragons! Fight as one!
Fight as one! Always!
Okay, it looks like those slayers might actually get through soon.
Whatever is required. Marching as one. Thoughts. Harmony. Seeking Cathay's foes.
So we're just gonna Make a little space between us and them. You attack over that way.
Crossbowman!
Defenders of Cathay! Am I repositioning?
With joy!
For the Emperor! Cannons, fight as one!
For the Emperor!
Without a hesitation! Offspring of dragons!
Harmony!
Big repositioning!
Uh-oh.
Never conquered!
Jade crossbows!
Restore your balance!
That one.
The Celestial Faithful!
Okay, a bunch of them have just broken. The only ones that aren't going to break are the Slayers, which are attacking my crossbows right now. You guys don't want to get too close to that. Trust me.
Master of the winds!
Warrior crossbows!
Stone and steel!
Well, everyone got a little bit of experience here, so that's good.
Warriors!
Descendant of dragons!
And you can now back
They're
off.
seeking opportunity!
Second unit of Slayers coming in.
Raise the dragons! Crane gunners! For the Emperor!
Slayers just following us.
Jade crossbows!
Leading a new path!
Wind and fire!
Slow the Slayers so that they're no longer fast for a dwarf.
Warrior crossbows! It is
Level your
waiting.
crossbows and shoot them. Overkill. Make sure that one dwarf in particular dies.
With pride!
There it is, victory. They've already run away once this round, so they shouldn't be able to get out again. Might have lost my 2 Jade Warriors. Maybe. Artillery did good. Crossbows did good. Crane Gunners, once they eventually started shooting, did good. It was the Hammerers that did the damage. AoE on Armor Pierce. Not surprised. Slayers still have fast for a dwarf. I checked. Good. That is always one of the modifiers that really makes me chuckle. El Walden, Laxman's Gobos, Silverwolf, Zapolka, Alma Brava. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Oxsoft wants me to drink some tea. So does Arkmill. Soren6 Steel, Nathoran, thank you very much for the follows. Freya, Naptime, Korgarath, thank you all for the follows. And no, I didn't lose any. Good. I think right now... Take the replenishment. Dead? Dead. Ooh, and we got ourselves a Talisman of Endurance. Heck yeah. Duty of Asher are dead.
Dragon-blooded Shogunga.
And you are ready for another promotion. Storm of Shadows upgrade. Does that make an AoE? Yes, it does. Or we can get the wind, so we actually have a combat spell. Well, I think I can now officially say that the Yin Style of magic, not very good. I guess it has the summon. Well, let's get the Storm of Shadows to make it an AoE.
It is mine by blood rights.
And you are going to move up to here. You're going to continue recruiting for this turn. Which will be another set of artillery. And then I think two more. Well, one more of those, one more of those.
And honor your ancestors.
Pomei can actually upgrade, and I think that is what I would like you to do. Yeah, as well.
Alchemist of the House of Secrets.
And then you...
Our efforts were rewarded.
Outcast sorcerer, spreading secret wisdom.
You're going to head over there. Now, where was that attack here? Shanyang. Shanyang's garrison's not amazing. I think I may have just sent you in the wrong direction. Give it another turn, maybe two. Get that good Emporium going. You've already moved. Elvis the King, hello. Usually Yang would fit perfectly as a character name. It's because it is from Total War Three Kingdoms, I want to say. Not Total War. It's from Romance of the Three Kingdoms, I think. Greasus just fought somebody. Chan Hu wants me to join their war against Jade Custodians. No! I'm not fighting other Cathayans. They're the good guys. Mostly. I don't remember the music in Warhammer 1 and 2, but I'm really liking the soundtrack of 3. Did I used to just play 1 and 2 with the music off or something? Because I literally just don't remember there being a soundtrack. You sure for close fit? Really? Really? Oh, and because we've been gaining defensive supplies because this place has been on siege thanks to the lumber pile. So we have a huge amount of supplies here. Matterson Connet, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. What are defensive supplies used for? All of the defenses you can build in your city. So the extra towers, the walls, traps, monument buffs, all of that uses defensive supplies. And the more of these control points you control during the battle, the more supplies you will generate. Which is why I'm usually quite aggressive in taking them off the enemy so that they can't build more towers. And speaking of building more towers, I'm going to build some towers. And now that we're actually remarkably wealthy, I think I might actually make some level 3s. Right, do they have different ranges? 350, 350? No, they're all the same. So we have a level 1 piercing tower, level 2 piercing tower, which does slightly more damage. Then level 3 is a big upgrade. and also does some explosive damage. So it really is kind of the level 3s that you want to pick up if you can. So for some reason I can't click on that one very easily. And then we're a tiny bit short for the one on the right, but that's okay. We can add that a little bit later on. So let's just grab our armies. Then on the left, halberdiers for you. In the center,
In harmony.
halberdiers for you. On the right, halberdiers for you.
Crossbowmen!
Then in... no. Crossbows are armoured. Archers aren't.
Archers!
Got archers there.
Celestial faithful!
Got archers there. We'll have the Celestials there. And then regular crossbows there.
Crossbowman!
And there. And then we'll have spears there.
Praise the
And there. And then I'm going to keep swordsmen on the back line.
Praise the dragon!
With one on here.
Jade Lancers!
And cavalry is going to sit back here. Actually, no. They can sit in here. Actually, even better. You can also sit in here. Sure. Right, what does that leave? Bossman.
Master of Azir!
Bossman can sit there. Oh, I could hear water. Oh! It's the little platforms on which you put the towers. Alright, that's kind of cool. Right, where are the trolls? Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot him. Shoot them. Them. And them. Go. All
Jade
of
crossbows.
you.
Immediately! Whatever is
Fire
required.
at will.
Mage of the Celestial Court!
Oh, they actually have a battering ram. That's fine. And start building me that cannon tower if you would be so kind. Oh, these towers are cannon towers, they're not rocket launchers. These ones are good. Did we kill the trolls? I think we did. They are dead.
Praise the dragon!
And then I think I'm just going to speed things up, because I don't think they're even going to get to the walls. So I probably should give you some new orders, seeing as you are just shooting people as they run away. Maybe they will. I was going to say, is that just a massive beer keg? Because that kind of looked like a massive beer keg, but no. Oh, it's mammoth tusks. Okay, that's kind of cool. So apparently Norscan battering rams are just mammoth tusk frame with hides over the top. Nice. Oh, they're in. Dude, I just shot one of my own crossbows.
Defenders of Cathay! Harmonious roar!
Doesn't look like towers cause friendly fire though. Which would be rather annoying, seeing as you have no way of telling them to stop. I wish there was a way to stop enemy units from just fleeing through the city. Yeah. There we go. 4 losses. 1 of which was friendly fire, but probably not from a cannon tower. Gucha, Casmirus, and Aranuk. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. It was funny in Warhammer 2 when the fleeing unit would recover and cap your city centre. Yeah, I know. I've had that happen to me more than once. Very, very irritating. They should probably make it like the ambush, where there's a distinct retreat point that routing units have to reach outside of the city.
Workers for the great cause.
Oh, they're coming for us again, though I think this time I'll just sally forth and murder them! Because I don't think they stand much of a chance, to be honest. That's an army that's on the inside. Where are you off to? Southwards. Raiding. Ah, Shenyang's being attacked. Okay, so this is the really big fight that I've got to try to win. Thankfully, this is actually with... except for Nightmares. Pretty low level fight. We have a lot of defensive supplies. So we have celestial dragons, we have celestial crossbows, that's the important one. And then the astromancer. Okay. Let's try it. See what we can do. Oh, and it's a fortified city. Of course it is. We actually have walls this time. Hey, Josh. Getting pretty hyped for this game. Yeah, me too. I mean, yes, I'm getting very hyped for the game that I am currently playing. You know what I mean, though. I'm hyped for everyone else to get into this and enjoy it as well. I think the auto-resolve might do better than fighting this. I doubt it. Defensive sieges are now actually worth doing. This is a very big city. Alright, let's take a look. So they have a... siege towers. I'm actually going for the walls. So the big attack is from this side, and this is also where all the Night Runners are. These are piercing towers, the cannon. Okie dokie. Then I think I'm going to put enough troops here basically just to get the tower bonuses. Quite like to have someone take this. Let's use here.
Order and balance.
Now you have the battering ram. So we're going to try and hold on to this position. I'm actually going to deploy the Celestials here. And then the halberd guys. You have no battering ram on the left. You have siege towers on the left.
Warriors!
So the Jade Warriors should probably be there.
Long spears!
We'll put the long spears here.
Jade Warriors!
And then the boss man here to hopefully multiply people's harmony effect. Then we have our cavalry, which is going to sit here in the center. Meanwhile, artillery. Against Skaven, I probably just want lots and lots of low-level things just shooting. Sheer firepower is what I'm after. Do you not have any towers? No, you don't. That would be a tower there. I think what I'm going to do is wait until they actually potentially in. Let's upgrade you, and I guess you as well. Alright, let's begin.
Think not of yourselves. Think of the dragons. Think of Cathay's immortal race.
I need you. Shooting night runners. I need you. Shooting night runners. I kind of wish I had someone up here. That was my bad. Gonna need you. Shooting the battering ram. This was a waste. And so was that.
My test begins.
Trade crossbows. You're getting shot up, but you're also doing the shooting, so that's fine. You're actually doing a lot of damage to the battering ram. I think what I'm going to do is abandon that wall. Oh, no. Hang on. Stay. No, it's a siege tower. Bug off. Get out of there! Hold this. Go. actually moving forwards? Really slowly, perhaps. No, let's wait until they actually get into a better position.
Defenders of Cathay!
Harmonious roar! Minds as one!
Thoughts in harmony! Attack in unison!
Why? Fierce!
Okay, so they've already come across this wall. So... let's pull you back and have you guard there.
Repositioning!
And let's upgrade you to level 2, because we're going to need the extra firepower. And I think I'm also going to start upgrading some firepower in here.
Wind and fire! Retreating!
Enough. Back off.
Jade crossbow! Crossbowman! Move as wind!
No! Boom! Oh no, caught that one.
Warrior crossbow! I stand ready! My Azir, show the way!
Alright, I think we've done a really good job whittling down their numbers. I think I've made the right decision backing off.
Stone and steel!
Because there's a whole bunch of choke points you can make use of. We could try to block these off. Right, let's see what the wall types are. So we have barricades, which gives additional range for units put on them, so they are for shooters. We have monuments, which increases melee defense and leadership, if we were defending that choke point. We have a barricade trap, which will reduce speed and melee attack of enemies for how long? 32 seconds. And then we have blocker, which is just a straight up wall. 10,000 hit points, so they can be knocked down. Barricade will block the path of attackers. It can be docked and allow defending units to climb over. Oh, blockers also allow defenders to climb over. Okay, that's good to know. Those are just clan rats. It's just... do I want a frontal charge? I don't think I do. Oh shoot, you've still got to be deployed. Coming over here. Warp lightning! Yeah, you're coming over here. Once you're in a better position, we'll set you up properly. How are we doing in terms of kill deaths? So we have lost... They've lost over 1,000. We've lost about 100. Boss man is named Zhao Zhao. Is he Cao Cao's younger brother? Maybe. Is this fight a war battle or a city? No, this is a city. Mordred has a severe warpstone deficiency. Warpstone! Warp lightning! Oh, I don't know how to defend this. Choke point, choke point, choke point, choke point, choke point. Choke point, choke point. I mean, coming back here, it gets a little bit easier, but then you're really defending far back. Mastani, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. Hope we get the combined map soon after release. I want to buy a $60 game to play Balthazar Gelt for the 50th time. Oh, good old Bali. Probably my favourite wizard, although I must say that Teclis comes pretty close. Mazdamundi is pretty good too. But I just get so many kills with Balthazar Gelt. Here's a question actually. For everyone that plays Warhammer 1 and 2, who's your favourite legendary lord? Across 1 and 2. Not sure who mine would be. Balthazar Gelt would be up there. I have a soft spot for Karl Franz. I just really like the Empire. Same with Thorgrim. Sisters of Twilight and Ikit. Ikit's most fun to play. Gorst. Okay, that's interesting. Kolek. Never actually played Kolek. Cetra. I don't like Tomb Kings. I've played them 2 or 3 times, and every time I come away from it, I'm just thinking... Khalida has character, though. I want to see Neferata added to the game, just so that Khalida can have that massive drama. Heinrich Kemmler, it's another one I've never played. Oh, you know what? Isabella Karstein. She's fun. The Last Defender Lizard Hero. Gorok? Is that him? Belagar! I think I played Belagar once, but every time I think about playing Belagar, I'm just like, well, I might as well just do Thorgrim. Krokgar. Okay. Played Tomb Kings on tabletop. They're a bit of a soft spot. Fair enough. Oh, I'm like that with Lowen Lernker. I used to play Bretonnia before I realised that Empire does everything that Bretonnia does, but better. And have guns. Durthu. Sisters of Twilight are great. I love their diplomacy lines. Acheon. I am curious to see what they do with Acheon in 3. Because as far as I know, he's not one of the characters in this. Noctilis. I never really got on with any of the vampire counts, vampire coasts, which is weird because I feel like they would be. They're like slow-moving, turtley with lots and lots of firepower and navies. What's not to like? I just can't play them very well. Gorok was the one kicking my ass in the Hunts Marshal game. Yeah, true. I actually really like the Hunts Marshal. Not so much necessarily him, but his campaign is really interesting. Let's move you back as reserves. Could create some blockers, but I don't really see the need to. I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and start just getting some towers set up on the back line so they can be pinging away. Because the thing is, these towers have such ridiculous range. And as gaps appear, we will try to plug them if we can.
Cavalry!
Because I'm also aware that there was a Skaven unit marching. There was, they're not anymore. Where'd they go? One over there.
Move in for Shenyang sends us.
Order and balance. It pleases the dragon.
To move in formation!
The celestial faithful. The heavens await. Thoughts in harmony. Bringing harmony.
Let's bring this celestial crossbows all the way back. Alright, looks like they're just bypassing this completely. So let's move you all into here.
Horsemen! Understood!
And I'm going to guess that, yeah, they're going to do the same. So we need to move into here and defend this. Let's get some more towers going.
Peasant horsemen!
This is unfortunately the downside of Skaven, is they move really fast.
Seeking Cathay's foe! Marching as one! Mage of the Celestial Court!
Nope, some of the archers were caught out.
Crossbowmen!
Failed to get away, unfortunately.
Horsemen! For the Emperor!
Got some halberds coming in. Actually, you know what? Hold off with cavalry. We're going to need them for putting out fires and things.
Marching as one.
It's a good thing that we pulled these guys back when we did. We're going to need them. And it looks like you're going to try and bypass, just go all the way to there.
Thoughts in harmony! Seeking Cathay's foes!
Of course! Peasant horsemen! Thoughts in harmony! Got move in formation! Stone and steel!
More Cathay!
Bringing harmony!
March in ordered ranks! Spears!
Zheyan sends us.
Yeah, see, these guys are here already. They're going for the victory point.
Bring move in formation!
Zheyan's faithful.
Master of Azir!
It's too bad that they're ignoring all the defenses and just going for the end.
I test!
But hey, I can do that too. Right, what defenses do you have here? You are supposed to have a tower. Where is it? There it is. Oh, who's that? Glad Rod Spears! Trying to get around behind me. Sneaky! Oh no, they got the crossbows! No. Nope.
I stand ready! The Celestial Faithful! Azir, show the way! Cavalry! They will perish!
The Celestial Faithful!
Yeah, there was a spearman, but they weren't braced.
Guided by ancestors!
Nope. Shoot your own, not mine!
Bringing harmony!
I saw that coming.
Zheyan's faithful!
Sneaky.
The heavens await! The heavens ask it!
The Celestial Faithful!
Ah, where are you guys? No.
Sent by dragon!
Right, I think I'm gonna upgrade you to level 2. And you as well, seeing as those seem to be doing quite a lot of the lifting. Now they are trying to cap this point, which is interesting. You could probably have diverted like these two to defend it.
Fire!
My mind is ready! I'm seeking Cathay's foe!
Shengyang's faithful!
Move in formation!
Barricades up. Let's get it for one.
Cavalry! By celestial decree!
Long spears! It pleases the dragons!
Peasant horsemen! Ribs sent by dragons! For the Emperor! Wise indeed!
Warriors!
Dragon Guard!
Jade warriors! Seeking Cathay's foes!
Move and win!
Marching as one!
Celestial Sorcerer!
We're about to be hit from multiple directions. That's not great. It's giving me time to set up over here, though.
Cavalry! Attack in unison!
Thoughts in harmony!
Set up some barricades.
Wind and fire! Anything for Cathay! Defenders of Cathay!
Mage of the Celestial Court!
And there it is, the victory. Mmm. Whew, that was fun. I enjoy these sieges. They're a lot better than they used to be. Even if Skaven did desperately just try to bypass all of my defences. They took this point. They did take one. I pulled back quickly enough to there, but it's quite a lot about timing now. And I have towers everywhere, so I'm just going to let the towers just ping away. Or not. Just call it good enough. 192 losses, 1,887 kills. And that was Shanyang. That was the scary army. Those were the rebels. Crossbows got 110, halberds 44, archers 117. Nice. Cavalry 85. Was this our capital? No. This was the second city. We have 3 cities total. This was the second one. Shepherd John, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. What was the auto-resolve for this? Close victory, I think? Honestly, I don't know who I'll play first. They all look great and fun. That's fair. Oh, auto was Pyrrhic. And it turned out to be close. I mean, they still outnumber me. Flipping Skaven. I'll take the replenishment in case they come back again, which they will probably do. Hungry, hungry ogres! You want to destroy my rocket launcher? This time we fight! Sons of the Mountain. Every single turn we've had an event. You know, I'm just going to auto-resolve this. This is a joke.
Cathay eternal. We shall prevail.
Faction claims a soul. The Exiles of Khorne have challenged the Blood God in his realm and claimed a Demon Prince's soul. So they are one up. And you are sieging Festit. Dragon Gate's under siege. We've got another Silkweaver.
Remain steadfast for the Emperor.
So Pomei has got a very similar garrison to the other. Oh, you've lost your home region. I'll just sally forth and kill you.
To arms in Zheng Yang's name!
And there we go. Clan Spittle's dead. Good stuff. Rifts that bypass the Maelstrom in the Chaos Realms are not stable doorways that will disperse from the mortal world after this many turns and will not return until Urson roars again. Ah, so there is a timer. Okay. Right, Miao Ying. There's work to be done. I think that this one's slightly closer. You're also slightly further away from Soul Screamer.
The Great Crusade.
Where's Greasus? Ooh, there's another one over here though. Didn't see you. There's Greasus.
Reconcile.
The Storm Dragon.
Yuran Shanfu. Just killed Festit. We do need to take this army out. That army scares me a little.
Sent by our ancestors.
And then where is our murderess? Raystroke.
Shaman bends to my will.
42% chance of success.
They will suffer elemental wrath.
Of course, the gluttonous ogres are in Slaanesh's realm.
I do not.
I mean, you're not wrong. Trying to do was come over here because I know there's a siege going on.
They are here! Ancestors!
What I was
Save us!
gonna do was just auto-resolve this to get rid of them.
Burn the Emperor's boundless
200 losses? Really? Against that?
They have a use of swords.
But hey, victory is a victory. And this invasion is being slowly but surely defeated in detail. Alright, Gunpowder Road. Ah, Nan-Gau can upgrade. Fantastic. Really expensive, but fantastic. And you can upgrade as well. You need a mere 12,000 in order to get the Temple of the Jade Blood Priestess, or we could get extra control, which we do need. Our control here is pretty bad. In fact, control everywhere is bad. It should feel bad. Oh, who's this? Oh, Roaming Cricket leveled up. Okay. You can get more cargo capacity now. Actually, what we should do is get better sails, because you are currently in use, which means that the cargo you are currently carrying will sell for more. And then when you complete the route, you should level up again, I think, and then we can get the cargo capacity.
An upper hand indeed.
Compass can go. I think we need the Dragon Emperor's Wrath for a bit. Try to build up some of that control. Well, do we have corruption reduction? We do. Warpstone Desert. Let's do that.
A glorious triumph.
10 turns remaining. The rule set. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. This is getting closer. Hope the caravan mechanic works well in Mortal Empire. Sending caravans to Lothan would be cool. That's true. Greasus got into a fight. 2 Soul Screamers. How did Greasus do though? That's the question. Wayfind is nice as well, minus 50 ambush chance helps. Haven't had really any problems with ambushes though. Like, my caravan army is so powerful compared to pretty much anything that targets it that I'd rather it just make more money. Looks somewhat like Talisman with the players running towards the central zone. Never actually played that. One of these days I'll need to try it. Federif's coming in again. The Orthodoxy dominates. Dark Prince's realm entered, the Oracles of Zinch. Nunli is under siege. I think I'm going to go and fight that now. So is Shanyang. Contained aggression! Cathay's provincial troops are loyal and numberless, but they are crude and unrefined soldiers. There is such great potential in them, waiting only to be unlocked. Pleasure Sufferer. Control -10, leadership -15. Oh, it's getting worse. Feed your desires, indulge in them. Nothing else matters, nor ever will. Caravan complete. Caravan led by roaming crickets has sold their wares in Castle Drakenhof. A cargo of 1,300 ducats has sold for 8,677. This caravan will now begin the journey back to the caravan. Ooh, von Karstein Blade. The curious host of Castle Drakenhof awards your caravan master with a parting gift. +4 vampiric corruption. But frenzy and regeneration. Base damage +10, armor pierce +10, charge +10, melee attack +8, immune psychology. Yeah, regens. I think I know exactly who wants this.
Ready to defend.
I wonder if all these regen abilities that you have stack. I think they do. Mission issued. Upgrade any settlement to level 5. Catilic Kiln. +5 armor for Terracotta Sentinel in this army. And it can cause damage. And another Sword of Strife. Interesting.
Warden of the Great Bastion.
Right, Hiranshu Fu. Let's see if there's anything that you need. You've already got that. You've got the Ogre Blade. We could give you the Sword of Bloodshed at this point, and I think I will. Obsidian Amulet is spell resist. Oh, we have a Talisman of Endurance we can give you, which is the same as Miao Ying has. That makes you a heck of a lot tougher. Ruby Ring of Ruin is how you doing the fireballs. And I think that's fine. And then we have Vasco, who is the hero in Miao's army. I think I'd rather you have Warrior Bane. And then armor. There is none available. Weapon, you already have the Warrior Bane. Talisman. Obsidian Amulet would mean that you could then nuke yourself, which is more likely than you would think. More Shard, more stability. However, it does cause you damage, but that means you hit harder. Fan of the Magister. Reinforcement time? Sure. You have no ancillaries. Well, you could take the monk from Miao Ying. You can also take the Tea Master. And then we have Greystroke Zhuge, who is just the assassin. So if you have anything which...
in shadow.
If you have anything which can improve chance of success, I would take that. But at the moment you don't.
Metal is mine to command.
Right, so we can get Inner Chai, which is Yang and income from sacking, or we can get Harmonic Mastery. However, our Yin is already at 8. We really need more Yang. Or we could go for neutral. Man, I forgot how big this tech tree is. We're still in the first area. It's bloody massive. I guess we'll go for the Rite of Yang. And then more cavalry charge, which will be
We
useful for our
must remain
peasant
superior.
cavalry, which we've actually been using a fair amount in sieges. Vasco leveled up. Level 5. Nice. Gehenna's Golden Hounds is nice. Oh no, you can improve mobility, which means we can move faster. Speaking of moving faster, we should quickly move into here.
Move as one.
Holy crap. 40,000? That would allow me to build a lot of stuff. You venture into the circle and come across rivers of wine and banqueting tables of sumptuous food. A demonette appears holding out a cloche. Underneath, she promises his food fit for the gods that shall rain down upon your empire back in the mortal world. So we can get the circle of gluttony, 100% casualty replenishment in friendly, neutral, and enemy territory, and 100 growth for all provinces. No. No. Ah, that hurts. Huzzah! That would allow me to upgrade a lot of cities. But we are now... Oh no, we're still one ring behind Greasus.
Storm Dragon.
However, you can't move any further, but you do still have a lot of movement. Does this mean you can go into... No. Bugger. I was hoping you could encamp to try and get some replenishment, but you can't. Alright. Meanwhile, Yuan Shu Fu can come in and lift the siege on Nan Li. Before I do that though, let's do some diplomacy, because I did want to see if there was anybody else that I could confederate.
Long may our understanding.
The dragon, the celestial.
Or at least
The
get an
dragon,
alliance.
In the name of
Aha.
the Dragon Emperor.
Ming
I
Fan
bid
I
you
can
welcome.
confederate.
Cathay, let us learn from each other.
Oh, I see no reason
Child
not
of
to.
the
Let's
night.
do
May
it.
your
It's possible.
ancestors watch over you. Harmony is attained.
So Ming Fan is now one of ours. Oh wow, these guys do not like confederating people. Wait. Where'd my brother go? Where's the northern provinces? Northern provinces, that's me. No, western provinces, sorry. Where's western provinces gone? Oh, they're there. Okay, I'm stupid.
and metal.
Keep thinking that we're the western provinces, but we're not. We're the northern. Okay, so we just got these guys over here. Vicious Gobspit needs to be encouraged to leave. The Jade River. That looks pretty cool. And we are still actually earning money. We did get another... What are you?
Alchemist,
Alchemist.
of the House of Secrets.
You have nothing of interest on you. You are a level 1? Yes. Alright, well,
Power is my
what are your capabilities? You are a fervent questioner, -1 corruption in local province. Well, considering our other army is currently like a defensive army, I don't think I necessarily need a second assassin. And I would like to attach an alchemist to the new force. So I think that's going to be your job. But I need to ring the dice of random chance in order to decide which patron you shall be named after. I have a feeling that 3 has happened already. No, hasn't. Hungry Gamer. Juan Yuan. And you are going to move over to try to join my second army, which is going to be up there somewhere.
I seek Warpstone.
Then... Oh, Ming Fan's dead. We'll have to try to recruit her again, though. The temptation is the point. Yeah, I realise. Yeah, Slaanesh is still embargoed. He's Hungry Gamer and Ogre in disguise. Quite possibly. Alright, so Min Juan Yuan is the survivor here. Do I really want a second army though? You're another Lord of Yin. I think I might just get rid of this. You're kind of expensive for what you are. I'd like to continue building up the economy of my cities. We can upgrade the iron smelter. Right, do we get anything special out here? Except apparently for a massive reduction in control because of Skaven. The bridge? That's actually owned by orcs. Huh. So we got Shilong, Nongchang, bridge is there, then Shangwu. Ah, it's down here. And then south of you we've got the Temple of Elemental Winds, which is the Burning Wind Nomads, who are the ones out here in the desert. So theoretically these are ones that should be the most secure, but there is a rather large orc, savage orc crew out there. Alright, let's go and take out Julge.
Spill their vile blood.
Quite frankly, I'm just
We will bring order. We will treat them fairly.
Julge has been killed. Good. And Yuan Shanfu has upgraded. And we're going to make you... probably get evasion so I can get magical reserves and earthing.
It is mine by blood rights.
Yep, we have another level. Magic reserves.
A tool worthy of a dragon.
Huzzah! So at the moment, everyone's magical power is going down because we are in the Warpstone Desert.
Of the House of Secrets.
And then Greystroke. Who is still problematic? You are.
It shall be a crippling assault.
Ah, and then this is Roaming Cricket that just finished the Caravan. You are going to get the extra cargo capacity. So next time we send you a massive cargo. And we should, yes, have we should have a Caravan available. So we just finished the one to the von Karsteins. And... oh. Mu Dongmen and Di Shangguan are new Caravans. But we're going to send KVK. I'm tempted to try to send you to Reichland. Although your skills are still very limited in comparison. No, we're not going to send you to Reichland. We'll wait until Roaming Cricket's back for Reichland. We could send you to here. Shouldn't take too long. Beef you up to the maximum, and then there. Although that's a bit more dangerous. That's not worth very much. We'll go here. 7 turns. Novshozi. I don't think we've been there before. Off we go. Meanwhile, we can build some stuff, including the Tower of Asher, can upgrade. Who are these? Those are Western provinces, okay. Or we just save money for a bit. In order to get the Temple of the Jade Blood Sorcerers. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and get the Temple of the Jade Blood Sorcerers. Have you ever seen more than 100 people in here? Pretty much every stream, Colinus, in the last year or so. Usually it's a sign, like if I have less than 100 viewers, I pretty much immediately stop that series. That's a pretty good sign that people aren't interested. I'd say most of my streams at the moment are around 140 plus. Like at the moment we have 366, which is awesome. Laughing Hyena, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Grievous Elf, thank you very much for the follow as well. Samuel coming in with a 21-month Prime resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. Orange Kessler coming in with a 14-month Prime resub as well. Thank you for that. I won't lie, I'd love to see some of these models ported over to Three Kingdoms. Hope it's been worth the long wait. Huzzah! Dusty King, thank you for the follow. JMH Official, the rule set. Thank you very much for the follows. Fidel, Frenchy Chi, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Thoronder, coming in with a 9-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there. Thoronder, Josh has gifted some, whoa, a bunch of subs. Thank you very much for that. LD Garrett, oh yay, it's Dave. Sokulu, as Arrozes, War Given, congratulations on the gifted subs courtesy of Josh. And Silver Knight also joining in the fun. Thank you very much for the gifted subs there, Silver Knight. Doc Heistner, Fukik, Daniel Aldrin, Captain Eurus, and Fixer. Congratulations on the gifted subs courtesy of Silver Knight. Thank you very much for that, Silver Knight. And we have got Hype Train. Choo choo. Level 2 complete. We're on to level 3, everyone. Huzzah! Welcome, new friends. Indeed, welcome, welcome, welcome. Doc H. Steiner, I think that's a Mech Warrior reference. The Dude, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hey, dwarves! Want to do some trading so we can get dwarven booze again. Huzzah indeed. Yes, we definitely want to be trading with Zufbar. Baradin Stoneheart. Sounds like a plan to me. Huzzah! In fact, we should probably go through the diplomacy map to see if there is anybody else that we could be trading with. Have any new embargoes dropped? No, Thursday. Thursday's the day. And then we can go Nurgle and one of the other two. Dragon Gate has been besieged. Stone Desert's about to have another uprising. Fairly sure that we can just punch out and kill you. Nothing dies. Perfect.
Lives are invaluable resource.
Huzzah! Dead, dead. Right, let's take a look at the diplomacy. And take a look to see if there's anybody else we could be diplomatizing. Caracadron.
Hail! Do not be...
Caracadron unfortunately does not. Zufbar, nothing. I'm kind of hoping we can get military access or non-aggression. We're getting close.
None shall question me.
So long as you do not question me.
This court's getting close.
Yes, a timely arrival.
No. Thunderguts.
Ritual, so many.
No.
Inch, so long as you remember. Obey!
Cathayans think that.
I represent the book.
Never gets.
You only get the top.
So we are currently trading with Goldtooth and Sons of the Mountain. Goldtooth really likes us. We're actually really close to military access. You know what? I'm going to offer that and see what he wants to do it. Grand? You know what? I can do that. Alright then. Croesus. Sons of the Mountain might accept ours, but they will. One in a defensive alliance, hang on.
One slaughtermaster's ingredient is another slaughtermaster's. Two Cathayans taste as good as they negotiate.
I don't know, do they? Okay, so we now have a defensive alliance with the Sons of the Mountain. Which...
The old Rhesus likes to keep the smart ones close. Tyrant!
Really doesn't like this. At all.
Consume.
And we can get an outpost with you now. The only place we can do it is the Last Sky Castle, which will give me access to Noblars. Great, but I'm still going to do it. Alright, so a little bit of extra trade going on. And it got us an alliance. Alright, Miao Ying. Can you get to here? Yes, you can. Now, do we want to go to that one or do we want to go to that one? We can't actually reach the one on the left, so we'll go right. Oh my gosh, it was so close to the end. This is a debauched place where all manner of fleshy pleasures may be sampled. The erotic pleasures offered are beyond anything encountered on the mortal plane. Plus 25,000 gold, not as much as the 40,000, and then plus 200 control in all provinces. No, if you had corruption reduction, I'd take it. But you don't. Mastani, thank you for the bits. When we killed a bad guy, it's diplomacy. And when we trade, it's diplomacy. Can't wait for this. Zinch. It's Zinch on Thursday. Okay. No, it's not going to be Kislev for a while, unfortunately.
Dragon-blooded Shugunga.
Right, so let's see. That's KVK's thing. This is Federif back again, I think. I did see that there's two big armies over here. I don't like that at all. I'm fairly sure that Shenyang can deal with those Skaven. I feel like we need to go over here.
It is my calling.
Now, do we have military access through Western provinces? We do. Good.
Alchemist of Shangyang.
And you, basically... Oh wait, we have two of you. You're another alchemist. You're a level 2. What are you? You're a tactician. Character leadership effects +2, leadership aura +10. Huzzah! So you would theoretically be a secondary military commander.
Dragon knows all.
I'm going to upgrade you because clearly we need some better defenses in the Warpstone Desert because we are having serious Skaven issues. Is there anything that I can do about that?
We will endure!
Not really. Well, actually, yes. Minus 16 corruption now. So the Skaven corruption here is absolutely dropping. So the Confederation costs me... How long does that last for? 4 turns. And we're going to have another uprising here soon. So we basically want to deal with Federif now. So you got 2 units of Night Runners plus the Night Runner close combats. Okay. Why would they offer corruption reduction? I'm just saying, if they wanted to offer something which I would probably take, that would be high on the list. Although now that I realise just how much corruption reduction the Warpstone Desert's doing, not as important. Seems worth auto-resolving. No, I want to complete this one myself because I'll take very few casualties. Because we have a lot of archers. And I want to take very few casualties because we're going to have another uprising here in 2 turns.
Celestial sorcerer.
Ish.
The celestial faithful.
Put you in the front.
Praise
you
the dragons.
on the left.
Shang Liang's faithful.
You guys on the right.
Long spears.
Long spears back here.
Minds as one.
And back here.
Dragon crossbows.
Then all of our ranged dudes. Boss man.
Cavalry.
Cavalry at the back. Start.
Mage of the Celestial Court. Have faith, for the Emperor is with us, always. Warrior crossbows.
Same spells, okay. Captain Eurus, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Unfortunately, we don't have any of our really long-range gunners here, which would have been nice. Can't reach until out there. Ah, this is actually very helpful. Shows you the ranges.
Praise the dragons. Fight as one.
Let's take out the Night Runners, which we should be able to do pretty easily because they do not have shields.
Yes.
He's on top of my Dragon Guard.
Crossbowman. Restore order. By celestial decree,
Whoa, no.
Shenyang sends us. Move as wind. Jade crossbows. Move in formation.
Set marching as one.
Repositioning. Defend the realm. Shenyang's faithful.
See if we can take out the general.
Cavalry.
Go on, fire at him!
Crossbows. Never conquered. Without hesitation.
Peasant horsemen. For the Emperor.
Jade crossbows. They will perish. Crossbowmen.
Keep shooting them, that's
Celestial
fine.
fury.
He's trying to escape, but I'm hoping the cavalry
Heavens await.
prevents him from doing so.
Spears.
The dragons ask.
Thoughts in harmony.
The Emperor's will. The celestial faithful.
The celestial faithful.
Horsemen. Attack in unison!
Anything for Cathay. Defend the realm.
Dragon Guard! It is fated!
Unfortunately, a bunch of them are going to escape again.
Cathay. They will perish.
Not a huge amount I can do about that. "91 losses, 406 kills. We got Fadarif, thankfully. Hopefully this is enough to destroy them, though, considering how many big units they have there still. I kind of doubt it. Yeah, auto-resolve does wipe them all out, it's true. Maybe I should have. Because now they'll come back with this army plus the new one. And my secondary army is heading east, not south. Getting experience, though. I mean, they're Skaven. Cowardice is heavily implied. True. And we did kill at least 2 of the Deathslinger dudes. No, sorry, killed all of the Knight Runners.
They have a use of swords.
Oh, but next turn, Shang Yang upgrades to level 3. So the garrison there gets bigger and bigger. What do I want to do with you? I don't have any bad guys up there particularly. I guess you head south just to see if you can mess up their day. Oh yes, and Greystroke still needs to move. You can go and try to murder them. 69% chance of success, 18% chance of assassination. That's pretty good. And we can make it even better.
At last, I am accepted. Alchemist of the House of Secrets.
And you are on your way to try to join up with the
Shang Yang sends me.
Yuan Fu army. Yeah, I know. Uprising imminent. There ain't much I can do about that. Bridge of Heaven's owned by someone I'm not actually at war with. Kairos Fateweaver. He's on the move. He's in the last bit. You got me. So it's a decisive victory would lose me 1 Iron Hail and 1 Jade Warrior. Yeah, pinched one of my Jade Warriors again. Got 2 Exalted Demonettes. Marauders, Heartseekers, it's the same type of army as last time. Save! Just in case. Right. Is this the new one? Yes, yes it is. Maestro Lobos, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yes, this is indeed Warhammer 3. Yep. How good would a Total War game be set in the Viking Age? Well, Davidius even. Let me tell you a little story about the fact that that already exists. It's called Total War Thrones of Britannia. It's good. If you want Viking stuff, Thrones of Britannia is worth your time.
The Storm Dragon.
Okay, so we are... I think this time I'm going to move our armies around a little bit. We're going to put the injured ones on the left. And we are going to... do I want to bring in the Celestial Guard? No. I'm still going to reserve the Celestial Guard for something else in the future. Just in case. But there are a couple of changes I can make to my deployment this time around. Where's the absolute summit? Right here, I think. Like so. Maybe a little bit more of a turn. There we go. Then crane gunners we'll put here. Crossbows with you as well. We're going to put here. We'll shift you across. Balloon. It's going to go there. Miao Ying is going to go in the front because I actually want you fighting because of the ridiculous amount of regeneration you have now. And then Iron Hail can go here. Oh, we're missing something. Cavalry, of course we are. Begin. Pause. Right, let's get our frontliners set up, ready to be the front line. Right, something like so. Then let's get the crossbow set up over here. You know what, I might actually put the gunners here, temporarily. Cranes can go there. You know what I did not place? I did not place you. Apparently I did. Good.
For the defense!
Thorsten's Thunderstorm. Bombardment. Okay, cool. You should be shooting the Exalted Demonettes. You guys should be shooting them.
To defend Cathay
All of
on
you.
any front from which it is threatened.
Master Metallurgist.
Ah, the sight of that's never going to get old.
Iron Hail Gunners! Sinyang's faithful!
Behold the tempest!
Right, dragon form. Engage!
Ready to defend!
Because I have a very specific job for you in mind.
Iron Hail Gunners!
And yes, it's to tie them down so that I can obliterate them with all my crossbows and stuff.
We obey!
Flying gunners!
Shoot them.
Cavalry! Guided by ancestors!
Stone and steel! We obey!
Order and balance!
Our ancestors decree! Cavalry! Celestial fury!
Yep, feel free to get stuck in with that.
Never conquered! Emperor's will
No, don't shoot them.
for the Emperor!
Definitely not them.
Penance!
Our ancestors decree!
You are refusing to murder the stuff I need you to murder.
Witness their demand! Accept!
Come on.
Aid me!
Oh, it turns you back human. Bollocks. Not that. Ah, this is not going quite to plan.
Witness their demand!
Warrior crossbow!
For the Emperor!
No, shoot. No, don't shoot them. Stop. Stop. Shoot them. They're mine. Don't you dare shoot those.
Master of Tempest! Setting
Ah, yes, you
forth
murder them. Charge,
might
charge.
of
Big
Caravan.
damage.
The
Charge.
storms will blow. Stone and steel! Without a hesitation! More steel! Repositioning! Hold ordered!
Grand Cannon!
I'm annoyed that I turned it back into human. Ah! Humanoid. 100 losses. Mostly frontliners, mostly inflicted by demonettes. Oh, fair enough. And then these guys suffered almost nothing. So we still got a pretty much full strength Jade Warrior. Whew. Yeah, Total War Medieval had Vikings too. As did Attila. Attila's Vikings, like Thrones of Britannia were good, but Attila's just had more variety. You could play as Jutland. Jutes, that's what they were called. I'm actually annoyed with how that fight went. That could have been a lot smoother. Oh, I forgot to assign the banner. Right, I was going to give that to you, so you can shoot further. I'm definitely taking the replenishment. Ooh, leveled up.
Must break their spirits.
It's Melchior again. Killed you once. What turn are we on? I need to keep an eye on that. 44? 45? I know we're getting relatively close, because I'm only allowed to play to turn 50. Until Thursday, where it goes up to 75. Oh, we're going to get an actual attack now. By Warriors of Chaos. Attacking now. Yeah, this is going to be a harder one. What are these? Rotflies. Armor piercing. Plague bearers. Unfortunately not Nurglings, and then a bunch of Nurglings. Now they have taken a bunch of damage, at least this army has. Ooh, we have 2 celestial crossbows. Crossbows with shields, crossbows without shields. We have Jade Lancers instead of peasants. Okay, this is actually a stronger army than we're used to. Right, still can't check. So here we go, Nurgle. I think this is our first battle against Nurgle. And this is not a walled city. This is just a regular settlement. But it does still have defenses, as all settlements now have defenses. It's just the number of defenses and the strength of their defenses, and well, obviously the garrison depends on the level of the fortification. Now, I don't think I've built any walls here. Like, I don't think I've built the garrison buildings. It's just base level, level 3. The new siege maps are so much better. Oh my gosh, they are massively improved. Alright, so we've got an invasion coming from over there imminently. We've got an attack from here. These are the guys with full health, and then the ones on low health are coming from there in about 2 minutes' time. But we have 2 minutes in which to clear these guys up. Do you have any flyers on that side? You don't. So I'm probably going to position the majority of my ranged units on that flank, then the majority of my melee units on that flank. However, I am first of all going to take a 3-minute break. So if you need to take a break, I would recommend you do so now. If you need to grab a drink, stretch, do what you got to do, then you will have 3 minutes to do so. And because I'm going to go and do the same, I am going to run an advert because I'm not here anyway. So 3 minutes, everyone, 3 minutes, and then we'll see how our first battle against Nurgle goes. Back soon. And let's turn on the Cathay one. Boop. That didn't work. That worked. There we go. Had to turn all of that off for the humankind stream. Right, okay, back in second. Alright, I am back again. Just gonna flip back over to the main show. Here we go. Right, so if I remember correctly, I was going to set up some ranged units for the fight over on that side, and then infantry on that side. So let's just grab all of our units, just stick them here in the middle, so I have an idea of what I have to play with. Now we have our celestial crossbows, which I think I might stick. You know what, I think I might just stick them all up here. All 4 of you like so, and we'll also bring in Jun Young. The Celestial Dragon guard, I think I might just leave back at my base. I'm wondering what I should do with this, and I think what I might actually end up doing is just sticking a barricade there so they can't get through. They can attack it, that's all. And then these archers should be able to shoot down there and hopefully do some damage if they do decide to go that way. We'll position our... No. Are they ranged units? Are they ranged? No. None of this is ranged. So let's go ahead and position these three in front of you, like so.
Crossbowman!
Yeah. And then over on this flank, we are going to need to deal with their general. And it looks like they're gonna have to... Oh no, they can come around the back as well. Right. But the back I can seal up and at least buy myself some time if I need to, whereas over here I can't. So I think over here we will put the long spears. Maybe we'll put the jade swords too. Yeah.
Sun Yang's faithful.
Mix them up a bit, like so. I'm tempted to put a single crossbow over on that side, and I think I will, because that will give us the yin-yang modifiers. Huzzah! And then we'll have... Oh,
Praise the dragon!
You know what? Fine.
Jade warriors!
We'll just put the two halberds here. I think that's going to be more than enough to hold that flank. Plus the boss, and then we've got our cavalry just chilling in here to deal with anyone that manages to sneak through. Because the flyers might decide to just fly over my head. Although flyers can't capture. So potentially less of a problem. Now I do still have a bunch of points that I can spend on fortifications. And I think... Come back here. Oi! Okay, that spot is misbehaving quite badly. Just click on you. There we go. Do you guys armoured? Not really. So I think I can probably get away with this. I'm kind of wondering if I want to just defend further back so then that tower can be shooting in. Like maybe defend here. I mean, if I really wanted to be fancy, I could put a barricade here and then put the crossbows on top of the barricade. Chance they'll try and go around me. Pretty high chance. We'll leave you as is for now. Now, do I want to put any defences over on this side? We already have a barricade down there. We can put a tower here, and I think that's going to be a level 2 as well to provide me with some ranged support. And then the other tower, there should be 2 of them, right? Yeah, where's the other one? There. Begin.
Gather your warriors. The enemy line up to attack and will soon press forward.
Never conquered! Thoughts in harmony!
Alright, so... That's not going to help. They may actually just fly straight over the heads of these guys and attack me ranged. Kinda looks like that might be what they're planning. Yep.
It's fated.
The celestial faithful! Seeking Cathay's bow! Immediately!
My mind is ready.
Alright, we're fine, we're fine. Tower there, tower there. You look like you are in fact going for that barricade. We have you to deal with them.
Celestial sorcerer.
And we actually move the celestial
Crossbowman.
spears back.
March in ordered ranks. Shenyang sends us.
And then these guys are actually fighting the celestial dragon crossbows, which are probably better equipped to deal with those than most people. You don't have much of a charge bonus, that's fine.
Stand ready. Jade crossbows for the Emperor.
I'll be at that barricade soon. Meanwhile, the attack over here, can you target their boss? We'll see what the plague bearers do. Now, I think that the secondary army, has most of the Nurglings. That's alright, we should be able to deal with this and then turn our crossbows on this pretty quickly.
Warrior crossbows. Master of Azir.
Constant by dragons! Order and balance! Repositioning!
Dragon God!
Praise the dragons.
Now, I wonder if you lot are going to be able to shoot. Unfortunately, I think that thing's in the way. So how about we position you lot here and get ready to shoot them when they come in over there. And we'll bring in the guard.
Marching as one! Move seeking Cathay's foes!
I hear the heavens. My test begins.
Warriors!
Jade crossbows. Defend the realm.
Can upgrade the towers here. I don't necessarily feel like I need to.
Defenders of Cathay. Warrior crossbows.
Barricades down. They're starting to shoot through there.
Shenyang's faithful!
I'm sent by Shenyang.
We're getting some really good shots off against these guys, though. My gosh, Nurgle is tanky. Yeah, having the tower right there, pinging away at their general, I think is going to be really useful. You don't seem to be fighting, so we're going to use you to come behind them.
Jade crossbows.
Warriors! Defenders of Cathay! Shenyang sends us!
Deal with them just fine.
Seek lighting the way.
Where are they going?
If it is required. Shenyang's faithful.
Oops, no.
Attack in unison.
Look sent by dragon!
Way out of range. Lord's
Jade
dead.
warriors!
Charge them.
Lines as
Charge
one!
them. Right, so their leadership is collapsing.
Mage of the Celestial Court.
Order and balance!
Jade warriors!
Meanwhile, the Nurgling forces are coming through there. I need to get some defenses going on here as well, so I would like you to upgrade to a level 2. And where's the other one? There's 2 down here, right? Yes. Where are you? Tower, there you are.
Heavens await. No alternative!
Dragon Guard, guided by ancestors. They will perish!
Meanwhile, over on this flank, that's all dealt with.
Seeking Cathay's foes!
Your guys have been dealt with. These guys are pretty much crumbling.
Never conquered!
My mind is ready!
Oh, you're mounted. That's why you're so quick. Alright, makes sense. Makes sense.
Dragon Guard! Without hesitation! We will begin our attack!
Alright, I must say these firing positions are bloody useless. They do nothing.
Bringing harmony!
Celestial Sorcerer!
Dragon Guard!
I stand ready! Sent by Shen Yong! Fury of Xing Po! Master of Azir!
Defenders of Cathay! Guided by ancestors!
Alright, that should disintegrate, and they are. Celestial Dragon Guard should get a good number of kills. Looks like they're going to come through here. Which is fine. Unless they decide to come through here, which is also fine. Just means I need to turn around slightly.
I hear the heavens! Astromancer repositioning!
Where are you going?
Thoughts in harmony! Wind and fire!
Looks kind of like you're going to try it over here. Which is fine by me. Kind of looks like they are in fact going for that position.
A necessity!
Destroyed that victory point. And yeah, they're coming around here. I'm on top of the world. Thought that rock was sailing down to my troops there. Ugh. For Warhammer 3, will all the Warhammer 2 DLC be transferable to Warhammer 3 for free? How do you mean? Because it's a different game. If you mean for the Mortal Empires, I would imagine yes, probably. But don't expect to be playing Bretonnia, for example, in Warhammer 3. Or Empire. Like, they're not in the game. Well, they are, but they're an AI.
Seeking Cathay's foes!
Like in this, the playable factions are Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Kislev, Cathay, and if you have the DLC, Ogres. I feel like you're trying to sneak up around here. Not okay. Oh no. Haha, sneaky. Right, okay, I think I need to do something a little bit more dramatic. I'm gonna go platform, 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 platform. We'll go crossbow, Crossbow. 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 Bring the peasants back here to act as a backline. Swords. 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 And swords! And by swords I mean anything that's front line.
My test begins!
I may have done this a little bit too late for this fortification here. Lancers, buy me some time.
Jade warriors!
Huzzah!
Proof guided by ancestors!
Arcadian sends us!
Spears!
Praise the dragon! Sent by dragon!
March in ordered ranks!
Naturally!
Oh! They died. Cool. I was looking forward to defending that little defensive position and I never got the chance. So the Celestial crossbows did good. Whoa! Who's that? Jade Warrior. Oh, these were the crossbows out on their own. Right, fighting against the Nurglings that came on the flank. I remember now! Yes. Yes. Our stream is restricted to who they can play pre-release. I haven't seen anyone play Nurgle yet. Lots of Grand Cathay though. Yes, we are limited. We can currently only show you Miao Ying, Zhao Ming, Scarbrand, Khorne, and the Demon Prince. Chaos Undivided. That's all. And then on Thursday is the next embargo. That's when we'll be able to show off Nurgle and Khorne. No, Nurgle and... Damn it, I've forgotten again. Slaanesh? Is it the T's or the S's? I know that Faceless said earlier. I'm going to scroll up and see if I can find that before chat tells me, although chat's probably already told me. It's too far up. T's. Zinch. Nurgle and Zinch. Mr. U537. And Kai Numbers Lee Hobby, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Grave Hawk, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Welcome to the Modelings, good to have you joining us. Then we've got Grand Misafunk, thank you very much for the 39-month resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. I have no knowledge of anything Warhammer, but this game looks so much fun. I can't say whether it is or isn't, because that would be a review, but then again, look at how much I'm playing this. Lucas, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Am I allowed to play the others off stream? Yep, I have access to everything.
They have a use of swords.
And I may or may not have played a bit of Kislev. Possibly. But I definitely can't talk anything about that, so don't ask. Caravan encounter. Hungry ogres. I could lose a unit of Jade Warriors to make the Sons of the Mountain like me more, or I could just fight them. It's a bigger army than they usually come out. Heroic victory? This is a much bigger army though. I kind of want to fight this. But heroic.
Cathay Eternal! We shall prevail!
That was some casualties. I've won battles where I've lost less than this and got not heroic, got like close.
Lives!
Allies building stuff. Gold Sigil Sword. Melee attack and melee defense. Nice. Imminent Rebellion. Oh, that's in the capital. Jade Lion Whisperer will give us some more movement. Attrition reduction. Right. Oh. Right, where's that one place where I've not built anything yet because it was the landmark, not you. Here. Build that landmark. 12 grand. I have the money for it now. Miao Ying, level 22. You have now finished all of the combat skills, so we can start working on these. Harmonious. More diplomat relations with Cathay, control and corruption reduction. Construction cost reduction for Great Bastion buildings. Is that only when you're local? Not sure. You know what? I'm going to check that. We'll put in a save and we'll check it. Because that's a good question.
Remain steadfast for the Emperor.
Right, so building you would be 6,400. Building you would be 1,600. Gonna throw in a quick save. So, chat, remember that. To upgrade the Bastion Stronghold, 6,400. To upgrade the Bastion Mess Hall is 1,600. So 6,416.
The storm. My celestial father would approve.
Yeah. It's anywhere. And it's any of those buildings. Okay, that's a pretty nice buff. Interesting. Like, I'm not sure I would necessarily have taken it right there, because I didn't check any of the other abilities, but... Ooh, nice. Master of Storms, which for some reason gives you healing spells. So, my Discord has been talking about this. Like, why does the Storm Dragon not have any storm spells? Like, Chain Lightning? Nope. Uranus Thunderbolt? Nope. Instead, she gets healing spells? I really don't get this. Like Master of Storms, I feel like you should get Lore of the Heavens, not of Life. Opposer of Chaos, melee defense and fighting nautical warriors of Chaos, demons of Chaos. Imposing range, more range from missile units would be amazing. Reload time reduction, 20% faster fire. Oh boy. But now, we'll stick with the Reinforced Bastion, that's fine. Oh, that was also 50%? Yes, you're right. It was 1,600 to 800. Let me see if that has been reported. Because that definitely feels like a bug. Bastion? How do I search in a single channel? I really need to get better with the searches. So search in channel. Who was that? In you. Got it. Okay. No, that has not been reported. Cool, I can do this. So we're going like that, and then go like that. No, it's a bug. That, and then what's that skill called? Reinforced Bastion. Her name is Miao Ying. Fortified Bastion skill says it will reduce Great Bastion building cost by 40% when it is actually 50%. Don't have a tech that reduces cost. I mean, I might, but we just checked the actual costs. And it went from 1,600 to 800. Like, the cost reduction should already have been there, surely. It would have just changed by 40% instead of the 50, which it did. How would I check? I don't know if there's any, like, centralized stat thing. If you previously had a 20% reduction, the math checks out. No, they mean because it's already off by some 40% of the original price looks like 50. I vaguely understand what you mean, but I don't know how I would check that. Aha! You're right. Yep. Okay. Bug report cancelled. I hadn't actually posted it yet. Alright, cool.
The House of Secrets forever.
Well done, chat. We'll make bug hunters out of you yet. Right. Vasco. Oh no, that's just for yourself. No, I don't care about those. I would like for you to get Gehenna's Golden Hound. Glittering Robe is good, but only for a single target. Oh no, Glittering Robe upgrades with the Overcast, so I think we're going to get that one first.
The Emperor's chosen daughter.
And the nearest door is over there. We are going to need to go via you,
Suffer the tempest.
which I think is fine. Just make sure I don't lose anything really excessive.
We shall resist.
Nope.
The evil must be kept in check.
Melchior is dead again. We're attack-minded. Either through natural skill or the benefit of expertise, this one has an admirable ability to taking the fight to their foes. Leadership or an attacking. Earthing Rod. And Miao Ying leveled up again. So now we're going to grab Persistent Fire, because why wouldn't we?
The tempest grows ever stronger.
You are greeted by the roar of an adulating crowd. They cry your name. The press of the crowd guides you to a great throne. But this is no game. 60,000 ducats of treasury. The Circle of Paramountcy. Global recruitment -1 turn for all units. Forever? And all of the units of this army would be promoted to level 9. Good grief. Okay, that one was tempting. If that's a permanent buff. No. 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 No.
Reckon so.
Ooh, Rhesus is taking a few hits. Man, you are so close to the end.
Pride is not undeserved.
None but Slaanesh may dominate me.
Oh boy. Alright, KVK, you have leveled up. You have already left. I'm gonna get the hidden stores.
A tool of great efficiency.
So you take less attrition, you start recovering some health. You are getting ready to intercept. Ah no, we already killed the Nurgle guys. So you might as well... Oh, actually, you can go and close that gate.
There is merit.
Or better yet...
Alchemist of the House of Secrets.
We're going to head down this way.
I seek warpstone.
So are you.
Lord of Yin and Yang. Many feet, one purpose.
And that's important because we've got...
Alchemist of Shangyang.
Who can come down here and close that
Seeking
next
fresh
turn.
chemicals.
We will need to do something about the Bridge of Heaven. But I feel like that can wait just a little bit longer.
Metal is mine to command.
You can hinder replenishment, except you can't. Are there any people here that I need to murder? Ah! Yourself.
Seeking
I
fresh
need to go murder you, because you are causing me corruption. Although Slaanesh corruption is... Nope, it's still rising because of the rift. Another 6 turns of rifts in this area. Okay, Terracotta Graveyard. Yeah, none of these buildings actually reduce corruption. But I'm going to need you to go ahead and get that income from trade buff. Yin's all the way down to just 5. Okay, cool. So we have resolved that. You are 1 turn away from returning. At that point I can raise a 3rd army to protect my eastern flank. What have I done with the Bastions? Have I upgraded their stuff to 3 or have I not bothered? the Western Bastion I did. Also, I never realised you guys actually make money. Huh. I mean, we just made them cheaper, so there's no reason for me not to. Yeah, there's no reason for me not to. Gunpowder Road is about to explode into violence, but there's not a huge amount I can do about that. So be it. Did Risa succeed? We don't know. Khorne's the only one that has one of the demon souls so far. Aldebrand Rudenhof. Oh, that's a big attack against the Dragon Gate. And they're just going for it. Expecting a Pyrrhic victory. We have taken a bunch. Why have we taken so much damage? Also, that is a ridiculous garrison. Was this place under siege? No, because I upgraded. Pyrrhic victory, my ass. I mean, I have 9,000 supplies, so clearly this place has been under siege. I just didn't realise. If the AI has one of the souls, did you have to kill him to get it? I don't know. I haven't actually gotten to the stage where I can get one of the souls yet. Garrison assault? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. There is one of the gates that has a bunch of heroes sitting outside it because all of the Nurgle's heroes went there. Oh, again, I forgot to check what turn this is. I know we must be getting close to 50. I have a feeling it might be like 48 or something. Chat, when we finish this battle, remind me to check, please. Yeah, they have definitely been sieging this for a while. It's 44. Okay. Battering ram. Right, before we start any of this setup, let's just go and hit our army. Whoa, that is a messy army. Back here. Like so. Cool. Right then. I think I'm going to do my usual thing of guard the gates with the halberdiers. Because I'm relatively... Actually, not that way around. You are on the right. You should guard with the right hand unit.
Wind and fire!
And it looks like they're only actually threatening two of the gates. We can, of course, put a garrison behind the other one. But it's going to be needed a lot less. And I can't see the front door. That was not what I meant to do. There we go. Right, then I want to have celestial crossbows. Celestial crossbows. Halberdiers, which will honestly probably be able to move somewhere else, but that's fine. Then swordsman.
Dragon crossbows!
Let's put the crossbows in first, so we know that they'll fit, and then we'll put the swords next to them. Crossbows. Swords. Crossbows. Swords. Archers. Swords.
Jade warriors.
And then we're going to have our spears.
Defenders of
back here as my reserve, just in case something gets in. Likewise with the cavalry, of which we now have 2 units of lancers, which is going to be very helpful. Then we've got Yuchu, who is going to chill over here, I think. Right, is that everyone? I do believe so, yes. However, I do still need to purchase a couple of towers, and I am very tempted to just go straight up level 4 here on the front line. Because sod it, I can afford it. We haven't had any level 4s yet. Let's do this. Now we have rocket launchers. Oh yeah! Beautiful. It's beautiful. Actually, shoot that one, that one, that one. Oh, we are going to be taking some of these siege towers down. We will take them down. This is what high-level defenses look like. Oh, and that's the tower back here too. One down. Pause. That one we should be able to destroy. That one... Oh, these are full health. Shoot that one, we'll be hitting it for longer.
Warrior crossbow!
My ass.
Minds as one.
Really love the Cathay architecture. Yeah, they've done a really good job with that, for sure.
Wise indeed.
Man, high-level Cathay defenses are ridiculous. Oh, we're damaging our own walls, such is the ferocity of our firepower. Well, let's start preparing another tower. Gates have a lot of hit points too. Looks like they are going to break through up there though. So we should probably... Oh no, there's a couple of warhounds down there, so we basically can move everyone except for you to here.
Test begins. A necessity.
I would like for you to buff them. Maybe wins on the walls. Right, that gate's about to give in. Actually have you dedicated to fighting them. Looks like the Celestials are actually going to be just fine fighting you.
Certainly. Jade crossbow. My mind is ready. course.
Nope. Never mind. What's up, Jack? What are you shooting?
Wise indeed.
Pyrrhic victory. 101 kills. Sorry, 101 losses, 842 kills. Yeah, Pyrrhic. Very Pyrrhic. Hello, 7591. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And Lancelol0 wants me to drink some tea. Lovely. Hello. Just got back to writing my world after months where I haven't done anything. Nailed down the entire magical system. Feels good to get back on the path. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the world building tomorrow. Second stream. If you're into world building and that type of thing, creating entire fantasies, then I will be doing that on this channel after the Europa Universalis 4 Ambenar stream. First 3 hours is Ambenar, then the last hour is world building.
Our hearts remain in Cathay.
The putrid storm. Swarm, not storm. Oh. Okay. The sound just stopped. And then it came back again. Grout Halfling Truer. It is indeed turn 44. So we can lose a unit of peasant long spears, or we can just fight them. This is expecting a valiant defeat. Okay, this is the hardest ogre army I've seen so far. Noblars, Noblar Trappers, 2 Mournfang Cav, and then 2 Ogre Bulls. This is the Grand Cannon army, so we can deal with those guys. I think it might actually be the Trappers that may give me the hardest. Interesting. You barely won that. Yeah, it was close. Noblars are your spirit animal. Well, there should be multiple of them on this fight. Okay, so they could theoretically come around the back, but it feels much more likely that they will come this way. This route has proven to actually be relatively dangerous. So I'm thinking
Jade warriors.
I'm going to set up a defense. Something like this.
Never conquered.
With the cannon. How do I want to do the cannon? I guess I could do them up there. That's not the best positioning, though. Best position would be up here. But I'm not sure that I want to have them that close. I guess I kind of have to.
And balance.
Subordinate only 10 dragons! Remember your training! Trust in the dragons! The victory shall be certain!
Mournfang cavalry, if you would be so kind. Yeah, that was good. Good volley. I approve. They're getting a little bit concerned. I'm not surprised. That was a much worse shot. Haven't actually killed many of them. Just did a bunch of damage.
For the Moon Dragon! For the Emperor!
Wind and fire! Attack in unison!
Alright, here they come. I knew that was gonna happen. Let's get you a little bit closer. Wind blast. I think I'd like to do a wind blast straight across here, please. Maybe I should have done that a little bit further back.
Raise the dragon!
Alright, Noblars and some of the bulls are off. I'm glad I put the halberds on the flank. I think that was actually a really good move.
The celestial faithful! Fight as one!
No, too late.
Harmonious wrath!
Take out the hunter. Preferably without moving forwards too much.
The celestial faithful! My celestial victory!
Grand Cannon!
Oi! Come back!
For Cathay!
Yeah, thought they might try to turn around.
Order and balance. All to command. Where you going?
Nice of the Noblars to just not attack. Appreciate it, guys.
Stone
Thanks.
And steel. Restore order!
They're just like, hell no.
Peasant archer. The dragon's command. Thoughts in harmony. War Cathay!
Cannon destroyed their own.
Defenders of Cathay! Attack in unison!
Zhang faithful!
Order and the balance!
Yes!
You'll be able to fire again soon. There's the victory. Just lost another. Yeah, you are definitely destroying your own cannon. Guys,
Harmony!
cut that out.
Move as the wind!
Thoughts in harmony! For the Emperor!
Thankfully, it's based on crew, not siege engines. And the crew didn't take damage. Which means you don't actually lose the artillery that's repairing between battles. Those cannons are value versus ogres. Yeah, ogres are all large and cannon are anti-large. It's like what they're built to do. And because ogres usually large units of cavalry, so they're fast, and cannon have a bit of a hard time tracking fast units, but ogres aren't fast. I mean, they're quick, but they're not fast. So they're kind of the perfect target for cannons. Oh, sorry, Rednexy. Didn't see it. If we see the ogres again, I'll take a look. $219 killed, 137 lost. I'll take the replenishment, but we've taken a bit of a buffeting here.
They have a youth.
There's the rebellion. Faction claims a soul. Demon Prince's soul has been taken from Zinch's impossible fortress by the Ice Claw. Dragon Gate's been besieged. That's a difficult fight. Ming Fan is ready. And we've discovered an ambush that is one of ours. Living nightmares! Your nightmares are real, not visions or illusions, but real horrors are coming to haunt you. That is some hefty negatives. Oh man, our realm kind of feels like it's imploding from within thanks to all of the pressure from the corruption. Cathay is really bad at removing corruption and regaining control. Alright, Greasus. Greasus is currently trying to regain some strength. You can't reach that, but you... I don't know if you can reach this one either. But we would have to go via Zelkar. Which I think I would rather not do, so we're going to unfortunately have to spend an extra turn here. But Felquash the Ravager might well go for Greasus. We shall see. Yuan Shan Fu is going to go and help against Vermich. Because yeah, Shanyang's been taking a bit of a beating.
Dragon-blooded Shugunga.
Have a couple of Night Runners. This should allow the garrison to then actually recover some strength. Is this only till turn 50? Yes. We're currently on turn 44 or 45. We're pretty close. But this stream only has another half an hour to go, so I don't think we'll make it to 50. And the next time I stream this is on Thursday, I think. Yeah, it is. When it will be the new embargo. Right, so my reinforcements will arrive from behind you. And in the meantime, I think we're probably just going to set up
as one.
A nice defensive perimeter. And then tank them. There isn't anything particularly nice to defend. Actually, that's not true. We could defend here.
Stone and steel.
Yeah, we put our guns here. And then just in front of you, we'll put our shielded crossbows. And then because we're up against Skaven, I think we can probably afford to spread these guys out pretty much to their limit.
Defenders of Cathay!
So that being said,
the Celestial Faithful!
Probably don't need to.
Minds as one!
Wind and fire! The Celestial Faithful!
And you
Master of the Winds!
chill here, then I think I might actually move
Descendant of Dragons!
a tiny bit closer. I'm not convinced by this spot. Because we've got crane guns, and I'm very aware of how finicky hand weapons, or firearms in this game work. This might be a better location. Slightly clearer field of fire. Only slightly, though. And I need to put in some artillery. And the artillery, we have now learned, definitely definitely
Defenders of Cathay. Wind and
need to be in a
fire.
line, otherwise we'll just blow each other up.
Crane gunners. Thoughts in harmony. We obey.
Cool. Volley. Unfortunately, these aren't rocket launchers, so cannon against Skaven, much less effective than cannon versus ogres. Much less effective.
Celestial fury.
In fact,
Fight as one.
mostly just trying to do enough to convince them to attack the main army. Otherwise they'll just hit my reinforcement forces. I don't really want to do that. Barely even see my army over there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There they come. We did enough to provoke them. Which is good, because in 30 seconds they would start appearing. This should allow you lot to open up. Very much like to shoot them if possible.
Ready our crossbows! Celestial fury! Yes!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our herald. Seem able to really decide what they want to attack.
We obey.
Night runners if you can. Is anyone shooting anything? I don't think they are. Down a bit.
Crane gunners.
You know what? Let's actually get the crane guns firing on you.
Grand Cathay!
Missed me. And have the peasant attack go into the night runners. Nice little charge there, I approve. Back off.
Cannons! For the Moon Dragon!
For Cathay!
I'm feeling that's actually a bad move. That's probably going to destroy.
A new
Yeah,
bar.
let's bring you into this fight, shall we?
Take the crossbow! Grand Cathay!
Crane guns. What are you doing up
Marching
there?
as one! Guy bringing harmony!
Now these guys are starting to miss.
For the Moon Dragon!
You fire at them, you fire at them. You need to put the missile mirror on them. No, on them. Them! Oh, you have to put it on the guy who's shooting. Oh, okay.
Jade warriors!
That's actually really well aimed. Ah, proud of myself. Carry on advancing, because we might actually need the support here. Especially as my crossbows are being idiots.
They will perish! Peasant archers! Dragon crossbows! I'm sent by Shenyang!
Overwhelmed!
But there is a way! The celestial faithful!
Doing some nice damage against them. That's good. You.
Dragon guard!
And you! Advance!
Bring in harmony!
Mage of the celestial
You in the fight? You are. Good. Time for some explosions! Archers are shooting over there. You two ain't able to do nothing. That's not very useful.
For the Emperor!
Against them. Still running.
Warriors! Move as Wizayang sends us!
Crossbowmen! For the Emperor!
By celestial decree!
Alright, let's see if we can get these guys into the fight. And then we shall see how that goes. Alright, these crossbows are now shooting one thing. Those are mine, those aren't. Shoot them over there. Yeah, that. Okay, they are forced to withdraw. It's good enough for me. 98 losses, 13 losses, 1,450 losses. Okay, so apparently all the damage that my artillery took in particular was superficial. It was just hit point damage, not model damage. Interesting. Visual Zeta, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. No, you can change reinforcement times. Just move them around the map, and every time you do, it increases their timer. That's one of the things that's new with Warhammer 3. Is you can determine from which direction you actually want your reinforcements to attack from. But obviously doing so increases the timer. Okay, good fight. Gained a lot of experience. We gained the Standard of Weijie, which is a leadership buff and a leadership debuff. I will take the replenishment, because we're almost certainly going to need to chase this army down and destroy it. An assured assailant. Good. Swordmaster. Nice. Standard of thingy-mabobby.
Facilities in this city are damaged, my lord. Repair them to gain the full benefit that they can provide.
I might turn you off now. Don't really need it no more. Right. You can now get Earthing, though, oh man, I really need you to do something useful with your magic. You're trained as a mage. Talents of Night, I guess.
It is mine by blood rights.
Although we do have that alchemist coming in.
Alchemist of the House of Secrets.
Natural authority.
Alchemist of the House of Secrets.
We need to murder them if you can.
They will never
Crit success. Heck yeah. However, you are supposed to be a assistant. Unfortunately, you're not going to be here to see me kill off Vermich.
No, need my warp token stash.
Cathay needs them dead.
Right, can I auto-resolve this one now? Yes. With no loss? Yes. And then the leadership buff can go on you. Oh heck, I could even just give it to Nah, she's a mage. She's not a fighter.
Move like water, fight as
Squish!
We will treat them fairly.
Audacious! This one is irreverent, where others may show trepidation. Personally involved in battle. Vermich killed in battle.
Celestial ancestors.
And you have leveled up again, so I feel like you can probably get the next level of Talent of the Night.
It befits my high station.
Be back in the city. And
Serve and honor your ancestors.
Nothing I really want to recruit here, unfortunately. However, I could do some of this, and we do have quite a lot of legions. Sons of the Mountain, do you have anything I want? You have nothing particularly high level. Never mind. It's fine. I forgive you. Right, Greystroke.
Of the House of Secrets.
You are here to murderize this person. 50% chance.
It shall be a crippling
14% chance of a crit success, though.
I
Stop.
require no praise.
Hey, righteous killer! Submit, heretic, and be consumed by the purifying flames. Another 6% chance of assassination. That is pretty potent. Let's go for some more specialist. Gives you even more success chance. Which suits me just fine. And then you are here to close... No, I want you to close the rift.
This is my mission.
Close it. Unfortunately, another Nurgle army did come through before we could do that. So Non-Chang may well come under attack again. Okay, Great Bastion. Pomei is done. No, that's not the one I want. I want the Gunpowder Road. Next turn. I might just save money for the Gunpowder Roads. Inevitable upgrades, although Pomei can get the Stonemason Workshop, which will make me more money. And Terracotta Graveyard would be another nice upgrade. No. Nope. I'm going to resist. KVK has gained 2 skill points. And I think that's going to go better sailed and better sailed, so we can make more money.
Indeed.
How far are you from your goal? 4 more turns. Red, yellow. Yeah, this is a dangerous route that you've taken. And your armies have taken a bit of a battering. Oh, but we can get... Oh! Hello, ogres. I think that a unit of ogre bulls may well be good to beef up our forces a little. Yeah, uprising, I am well aware. Warpstone Desert, what's that? Oh, repairs. Right, yes, I would like to repair these. I don't think I've ever seen that symbol before. Not as an end-turn reminder, anyway. Oh, and you. Yes. Aha. Right, we're on to turn 45. Insane cats! Moving average. Sabaju. Visual Zeta. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. We're ready, Master. I'm not ready. Is there a max amount of turns for the actual game? Don't think so. I mean, it really depends on when... or which faction gets the Urson first. LK Tempers, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Monkey Manfu, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. That putrid swarm. Actually has quite a few armies in my territory again, which I'm not particularly appreciating. That's another attack. However, this is the Sons of the Mountain, who we quite like, so I'll go ahead and pay up for them. The Dark Prince's realm has been entered. The Poxmakers of Nurgle. Quest aborted. Palace of Slaanesh. What? Oh, I guess because Greece has got there first? Goldtooth.
We look upon the mortal lands once again, having ventured into the realm of chaos. But we return empty-handed. The Tome of Fates requires the twisted souls of demon princes if we are to illuminate the hidden path to the Forge, where Be'lakor lurks. We are not the only ones who seek the dying god. They employ their own methods to cross the veil into the realm of chaos. We must act with haste.
Yeah, I should have taken one of the perks. You're right. Should have succumbed to temptation. The School of Feng Shi sorcery, named for the Dragon Emperor himself, grants strength and protection to those who wield it. It is the highest honor to march beneath the young banner. Burning Wind Nomads. Broken Hearts. Oh, Diplo Relations plus 40. Nice. There comes an earth-shaking wail from beneath the Dragon River, where it is said the spirit dragon slumbers, guarding Cathay's ancestors. While the Emperor makes no pronouncement, the import is clear. His long-unseen daughter mourns to see the families of her homeland so divided. Reverent minds act accordingly. Does that mean I can do some diplomacy?
Affiliation
Nope.
has been benefit.
However, your relations are skyrocketing at the moment, so won't be long. Oh, we have a mission for Celestial Loyalists. What's up, buddy?
All.
You want me to defeat Melchior's army. I mean, Melchior's I definitely will do. I will accept that. Okay. Where is it?
You are but a speck.
Yeah, you're even raiding me, and that's just rude.
Attempt to subjugate.
So where's that army?
Windshape.
You are. Oh, it's starting to see some corruption appearing there.
Fate reveals a path.
Okay, so Miao Ying, where are you? Oh, you appear right back there again. Oh, we're actually really close. And that was the army that they wanted me to kill. It will almost certainly attack me again. So let's have another word with the Celestial Loyalists.
Be on guard. It
Hi,
is
guys.
always prudent.
That's not what I wanted.
Cathay Eternal.
Coordination, ally missions. Oh, I can only accept one at a time, I guess? Yeah. Alright, so we need to kill off Melchior, then we can go and kill that one. Where are you?
Miao Ying.
Miao Ying, you are going to head down this way.
I shall claim it.
Now, Alchemist.
There may be dripstone.
No, you still can't reach. Curses!
Moving out.
Next turn. And technology, so we can get horse bonding, which is the extra charge bonus. This will lead me towards Yang, which we need to do. We are very heavily on Yin
All Cathay
at the
will
moment.
benefit.
Grey Stroke. Are there any other... Yes, there are. Karlach needs to die. I think you are still exhausted, right? Yes. So we can move you in a bit closer.
Fresh chemicals.
Ready to do this. Oh. Nan-Gau has just leveled up to level 4. Now I can get level 4 stuff so I can get fire rain rockets. Now the fun can truly begin. We also get the Celestial Barracks, which allows me to get the Celestial Dragon Guard. We could build a Celestial Tower to get Astromancers and Wujing War Compasses. We could... Nah, that's all. Well, we're definitely getting the Fire Rain Silo. 100% we're getting this. Rocket launchers are used extensively in the armies of Cathay. The rockets are stored in great silos designed by Nan-Gau engineers. Well, we're in the right place for it. And we could get the Celestial Tower, which would lead to the Terracotta Sentinel. So we have 4 building slots remaining. 1. Maybe a defensive thing. 2. 3. And one of these 4. Probably the trade one. I mean, I do like my archer units. So we'll probably aim for that. Let's get one of these. Let's get one of these. We probably should get a stables as well. Because the Great Langma Riders are actually pretty okay. They don't count as cavalry because they're flying. True story. At least in my games. Lan, you. I'm having to deal with a lot of people just randomly raiding me. I mean, the other thing I need to do for you is rename you. I also need my 3rd army. Min. 1 more turn until you return. Okay, so next turn, technically, you should be back, right? In that case, I kind of want you over here, because that's where I would recruit the new general, because then they can build all the units over there.
Master of nothing.
Oh yeah, the level 7 did already recover. Min was the other one. Right, you're not wrong. Okay, Recruit Lord. Unfortunately, it's a dragon-blooded one again, and it was... It's another Yin. You. Harmonizer. +4 leadership and fighting against demons of chaos. And you are more Yin. I'm going to be +8 again. Hang on, was it Yin or Yang? What were you?
Natural authority.
You're also Yin. All of my generals are Yin.
An uprising!
Well, hopefully you're not trained in magic, because Yin magic sucks.
Command is my birthright. I will not tolerate sloth.
Right, I would like to get 2 of them.
Serve and honor your ancestors.
I would like to get 1 of them Maybe we'll cancel one of the buildings here.
Lord
What's not important? That one. So I can continue recruiting the units. One more of you. Oh man, still short.
I expect
Right, what's
loyalty,
cheaper? Okay, those are expensive. Fair enough.
harmony. Service is every Cathay's duty. I will not
There we go.
tolerate
We can get 3 of them. Booyah. My yin is ridiculously high. We need to try to fix that. They fix supply lines? No. Supply lines are still there.
Shugengan Lord reporting.
Unfortunately, I really prefer the way that Troy handles supply lines, where higher tier units use up more supply. You have like a set limit, and then the upkeep cost just goes up with the... You have a set limit in your... Oh, how does it work in Troy? I don't remember. I just know that the more elite units cost more supplies, you can have less of them. Supply lines are less punishing on higher difficulty levels. I think Legendary is only 4% versus 15% on 2. For the AI, maybe. Cathay is not a little boring, it looks small. You need to watch the rest of this series, buddy. How am I enjoying the game so far? Unfortunately, I can't say whether I'm enjoying it or not. I can only show you.
Outcast by dragon.
Because review embargo. Been really enjoying the Hearts of Iron and Total War streams. Thank you. Thank you for playing these games far better than I can. I play a lot of these types of games, and a little bit rubs off from time to time. Units cost more for each one that you have in the army in Troy. Is that true? I'm not sure it is. There's definitely something about higher tier units costing more something. I can't 100% remember how they handle it. I think my favourite way of doing it is in Grimhammer, where you just have hard limits. It's like you can have up to 2 hammerers in this army. Or in total, you can have up to 2 hammerers in total. You can do it on a per army basis, which might actually be better. But that way, high tier elite units are actually elite, and you are still required to flesh out your armies with lower level chaff. Rather than just having a full army of Celestial Dragon Guard, which is inevitably going to be what a high tier Cathay army looks like.
Student of Forbidden Science.
Can't attack them. So I would be ending here, but it is unfortunately 2 o'clock and I should really bring this stream to a close. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I am live again in the future. I will be streaming again tomorrow. Unfortunately not Warhammer, because I am pretty much at the end of what I am allowed to show you as part of this embargo. We have a time limit as well as a turn limit. However, I will be back again on Thursday. Thursday is the big one, 5 PM GMT, because that is going to be the next embargo raise. So the turn limit goes up to 75 for everything. We also get access to Tzeentch, Tease, and Nurgle. So if you would like to see any of those, then please do join me on Thursday, where we will do basically as I've been doing up till now. We'll play at least one stream, so 4 hours of one of the legendary lords. Then on Friday we'll do the other one. Then on Saturday we will either... Oh, we'll choose one of those campaigns to continue, basically. So that is going to be on Thursday for more Total War Warhammer, so I do hope you join me for that. But tomorrow, 4 PM GMT over on the Paradox Interactive channel, I am going to be playing Europa Universalis, which is my weekly game there. Then at 6, remember everything on Wednesday happens a bit later, 6 PM, I'm doing Project Zomboid multiplayer continuation with Tin Tuna, where we are just starting to get ourselves established just outside of Louisville. And then at 10:30, it is Europa Universalis for Ambenar. And then at 1 AM, it is the homebrew world building thing. So I hope you'll join me for those streams. Anyway, that's it for me for now. Thank you everyone for watching. Griznif, Epic Trail, and Moses, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. I will see you all later. We should go and check to see who else is streaming, see if there's anybody else doing Warhammer, so I can... bring you guys over there. Nope, I am the only person doing Total War Warhammer 3. How about 2? Anybody doing Total War Warhammer 2? Yes. Yes, there are several. Do. Are any of these people doing something interesting? Or any of my usual crew doing anything interesting? Saturn's still doing Expeditions Rome, though we've raided him a few times recently. Oh, is Trips on? Oh, Trips is on. Alright, let's go and raid Trips. So Trips is one of the players from my D&D campaign, which we play on Sundays, starting at midnight. And she is currently doing a co-op with somebody else, so that looks fun. So let's head over to support Trips. Head on over there, say hello from Mordred Viking. I'd love to see her chat absolutely lit up by the Viking raid, which you can do by copying and pasting Viking raid just like this, or if you are a subscriber and you have access to the longships, you can bring those along instead. But bear in mind that will only work if you're a subscriber. Anyway, that's all from me for now. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you on tomorrow for EU4 or Zomboid or World Building, or Thursday for some more Total War Warhammer, and then after that actually is Bannerlord. Bringing Bannerlord back, baby. Cool. Bye everyone.